Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Naruto has something else sealed inside him apart from Kyuubi part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. A monstrous roar can be heard echoing across the village hidden in the leaves as a giant nine-tailed fox, also known as the Kyuubi no Kitsune, was seen battling several shinobi waving its 9 mighty tails causing utter destruction. Hold the beast back. Protect the village. Just then a large puff of smoke appeared before the Kyuubi with a small yellow flash appearing on top of the large puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, there stood a giant crimson-red toad with a long black pipe with a golden tip, and on top of the toad stood a blonde-haired man with ice blue eyes wearing a trench coat with flames near the bottom holding a beautiful red-haired woman with long hair that reached her calves, violet-colored eyes, and was very tired after just giving birth to a baby boy, who was wrapped in a white cloth around his father's hands. Minato, what the hell is going on? Why is Kushina here and why is Kyuubi attacking? Last I heard he was living peacefully with his mate. Gamabunta, you know Kyuubi? Asked a shocked Minato. Know him, I used to drink with him. He was one of my drinking buddies. He and his mate were always together living peacefully in the mountains. I need you to hold him, Gamabunta. I need to seal for the Kyuubi. Seal him? What's going on here, Minato, and why is Kyuubi red? He's supposed to be a silver color. Just then the Kyuubi growled at Gamabunta, causing both combatants to look at the fox when the Kyuubi's crimson eyes suddenly changed into a golden color. Gee, Gamabunta, help me, please. Kyuubi, what's happening to you? Why are you attacking the Leaf Village? The Kyuubi's eyes changed back to crimson when it opened its might jaw, drawing Churka into a concentrated sphere in its mouth when another giant paw slammed into the Kyuubi's face, breaking its concentration as it staggered back from the impact. Next to the Kyuubi stood another nine-tailed fox, but this one had an air of grace and elegance with a white underbelly. Forgive me, darling, but I can't let you take any more lives, said the new fox in a female voice as she launched herself at the male Kyuubi as both foxes started wrestling each other, trying to gain dominance over the other. There's another Kyuubi no Kitsune? Yelled Kushina. Technically she's the Kyuubi no Myobu, the nine-tailed vixen. Another demon has appeared. Kill them both to defend the village. No, stop. She's here to help us, screamed Minato, only for his fellow shinobi disobeying him, and charged at both demons, only for the male Kyuubi subduing the female Kyuubi, causing her to crash into the oncoming ninja. Darling, snap out of it. It's me, your mate, please wake up, pleaded the vixen with the kitsune biting down hard on her neck, causing her to whimper in pain and bleed profusely. Darling, not just for me, but for our kit too. I wanted to surprise you tonight, but I'm pregnant. The male Kyuubi's eyes widened when she said this, causing him to let go of her and roaring in pain as it started thrashing around, hitting its head. The female Kyuubi stood up wobbling on her legs and pounced on her mate, pinning him to the ground, with Gamabunta launching himself as well, trying to help the Myobu vixen in trying to apprehend the kitsune as one of its tails hit Gamabunta in his left eye, and his claws scratching the vixen's abdomen. Forgive me, Myobu-san, but I must seal your mate away. I believe that someone may be after his power as well, screamed Minato. Then seal me with him. I'm already dying with the amount of blood loss, and my unborn child will never make it on its own, said the vixen, sadly holding tight onto her mate as it continued to struggle. I'll do it, said Kushina. But Kushina. That's enough, Minato. I know what you're going to say, but I can tell she has the same power as her mate. Even if we do seal her mate, the person will just be after her, right? Asked Kushina, receiving a nod from the vixen. Besides, it's a mother's job to care for her husband and child. Minato and Kushina started doing hand seals as the Shinigami appeared behind them holding onto 2 souls. Interesting, you wish for me to seal both foxes, yet you only have 1 container. You need another container, or I only seal 1, either way both of you forfeit your lives to me, grinned the Shinigami, licking his lips, and was about to reach into Minato's soul when a hand stopped him. You will do no such thing, Shinigami, said the voice of a young man with long, silver hair that flows down his back in a loose ponytail. His bangs are short that reveal his icy blue eyes, and white angelic wings. He also has a blue earring on his left ear, and wears white robes with a dark blue armor with a blue jewel in the middle covering them. You, the angel of the moon, to what do I owe the pleasure of meeting one of God's personal angels? I think you mean 2 of God's personal angels, said a woman with red hair, parted down the middle, with the left side having a slight lift, chocolate brown eyes, and white angelic wings. She was also wearing a white kimono with silver armor with a red jewel in the middle covering her kimono, and a red earring on her right ear. Layla, the angel of the sun, tell me, why are you interrupting this ritual? Angels? What are angels doing here? Thought Minato. Wow, they're so beautiful, thought Kushina, staring at Yu's and Layla's wings. The Almighty has ordered you to spare the souls of these two mortals. You are to seal the souls of the Kyuubi no Kitsune into the child, and the Kyuubi no Myobu to one of our choosing. You are also ordered to seal me with the Kyuubi no Kitsune, and Layla into the second vessel. As payment you will have half our power and half of both Kyuubi's power, said Yu, looking at the vixen. That is, if you wish for this to happen. Your unborn child will also be sealed with you until a more suitable vessel is found. Agreed? Yes, I accept, said the vixen with tears in her eyes as she nuzzled against her mate who was still struggling against her hold. She has accepted our offer, Shinigami. Now you must follow your orders, said Layla. The Shinigami just kept staring at Minato and Kushina with his cold black eyes, making both Minato and Kushina worried. Shinigami, know your place. Don't forget we outrank you, and you would be defiling direct orders from the Almighty. You know the punishment for defying orders, said Yu with a dangerous tone. Very well, I will do as you say, said the Shinigami as he passed his hand through Minato's soul and grabbed the Kyuubi soul. Once the Shinigami's hand passed through Kyuubi's body, the Kyuubi's eyes changed to a brilliant gold color again as he looked into his mate's eyes. Koto, I'm sorry for what I've done. I hope you can forgive me. I already did. I love you, my darling Kurama. I love you too, my beautiful Koto. A white light suddenly enveloped the present party, causing everyone to shield their eyes. 5 years later. A small 5-year-old boy was seen swinging from a swing set all alone as he looked at the surrounding children playing with their friends and hugging their families. The boy had blonde spiky hair smudged with dirt, cerulean blue eyes, 6 whisker marks in total on his cheeks, round face, and for some unknown reason had porcelain skin instead of a tan complexion, was dirted with mud and soil from the ground. He was wearing a ragged white shirt with tears and dirt spots along with black cargo pants that seemed too big for his size, a rope acting as a belt for him to hold his pants up, and a worn-out, torn, brown cloak that hid his lower half of his face and hair with his eyes as the only visible part of his entire head. The boy was known as Naruto Uzumaki. I wish I had a friend, thought Naruto, feeling lonely as he pulled down his makeshift hood revealing his whisker marks and blonde hair. Hey Blondie, called a voice behind Naruto. Naruto turned his head and saw a boy about a year older than him and was with 2 other boys all glaring at him. Get out of that swing. That's where we play. Why don't we just share it? Asked a nervous Naruto, not wanting to get in trouble. Why would we want to share with a monster like you? Get lost, said one of the boys, shoving Naruto out of the swing, causing the other 2 to laugh at him. Man, he's so pathetic. He can't even put up a fight. He's nothing but a freak. Look at him, who even wears those stupid clothes like that anymore? And what's with the cape? You think you're some kind of superhero or something? The 3 boys just continued to laugh at Naruto, making him feel even more depressed as he just got up and dusted himself off. I'm sorry to have bothered you, said Naruto in a polite tone and bowed politely. Naruto quickly turned around and left before they decided to torment him even more. Where do you think you're going, you freak? We're not done with you yet, said the supposed leader of the trio, grabbing Naruto's cloak, making Naruto gag a bit at the slight tug on his throat, while the other 2 quickly surrounded him. Please, just leave me alone, pleaded Naruto. Is the little baby going to cry? Do you want your mommy? Oh wait, that's right, freaks like you don't have mothers, said leader of the boys, punching Naruto in the gut, causing him to crouch over in pain as all 3 boys started kicking him, causing Naruto to go in fetal position. Random street. A little girl about 5 years old with pure white eyes and a hint of lavender, fair porcelain skin, dark blue hair, while wearing a pure white kimono, and had a silver bracelet with a ruby embedded in the middle on her right hand, while holding on to her mother's hand, who looked like an older version of the girl except with longer hair, while her other hand was gently rubbing on top of her swollen pregnant belly. Both mother and daughter were walking down the street towards the park, which made the little girl very nervous. But what if the other children don't like me, mommy? It's alright, Hinata-chan, I'm sure the other children will like you. After all, you're one of the sweetest girls I know. Besides, you'll need to act like a big girl soon once your baby sister is born. Can I just stay with you and my baby sister? Asked Hinata. Hinata-chan, it's nice of you to stay with me and your baby sister, but you need friends your age. Besides, you want to be a ninja, right? Maybe you'll find some of them when you start the academy, and who knows, maybe you'll be on a team together. Hinata nodded her head, still slightly nervous about the idea of meeting other people. That's my girl, now come on, I'm sure there are some nice people that would love to meet you, smiled Hinata's mother, slightly encouraging Hinata as they continued to walk down the street. Hinata took hold of her mother's hand as support, while her mother looked down at Hinata with a saddened look on her face as she remembered the night the two Kyuubis attacked. Flashback 5 years ago. Many branch members of the Hyuga clan that weren't involved in the battle were picking up the shattered pieces and broken remains of glass and furniture as they tried to clean up the clan estate as much as possible. The Hyuga matriarch along with several branch member bodyguards were walking along the outside of the clan estate observing the exterior for any damages done by the tremors of the two Kyuubis' fight, while waiting for the signal of those inside to see if the estate was structurally stable. The Hyuga matriarch saw the worried looks on her bodyguards' faces and instantly knew what was worrying them. "It's okay, go check on your families. I'll be fine by myself," assured the Hyuga matriarch with a kind smile. "But Mistress, I said it's alright. I know each of you want to check on your loved ones after what just occurred. I'll be fine by myself, and don't worry about my husband. I'll deal with him when he returns from the council meeting." "As you wish, milady, and thank you," bowed both her bodyguards as they both rushed towards the branch estate to check on their loved ones. The Hyuga matriarch smiled at the retreating forms of her bodyguards and was glad that she was able to give them the chance to check on their loved ones when she decided to look at her surroundings after realizing that she was in the garden located at the back of the estate when all of a sudden she felt her unborn daughter kicking inside her. "My, you seem a bit restless tonight, aren't you? What's wrong, Hinata-chan?" asked the Hyuga matriarch, rubbing her swollen belly. A small orb of light appeared in front of the Hyuga matriarch as it floated a couple of feet in front of her, and then back as if signifying to follow it. The Hyuga matriarch was hesitant at first, but she didn't feel any malicious intent coming from the strange sphere, and it seemed to be radiating a warm aura like on a warm summer day. She followed the orb behind a couple of trees that were growing near the edge of the small garden. The orb stopped between two sets of trees that was well deep into the small batch of forest, allowing the Hyuga matriarch to catch up to the orb. Once she caught up to the orb shifted into a beautiful woman with pure white angelic wings that gave off their own light, and the angel wearing a white robe, and what seemed like armor on top of the robe. The woman was holding a small red orb with a smaller pink orb inside the red one. The Hyuga matriarch was entranced by the angel's beauty but quickly snapped out of her stupor and regained her composure. "Forgive me, Tenchi-san, I didn't mean to be rude and stare." "She seems quite energetic, doesn't she?" asked the angel in a soft, gentle voice. To whom are you referring to, Tenchi-san?" "Oh, forgive me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Layla, the Angel of the Sun, or just Layla for short, and as to whom I was referring to, I meant this little cutie right here," said Layla, pointing towards the Hyuga matriarch's swollen belly. "She has gotten a bit feisty just a few moments ago. It would seem that she might be reacting to my presence. I can sense she has a pure heart and soul, and a very strong will, much like you. Tell me, what is her name?" "I've decided to name her Hinata, my beautiful little sunshine," said a proud Hyuga matriarch as she continued to rub her belly. "Tell me, how did you know her gender before I could even tell you?" "Call it a woman's intuition," said Layla as both women laughed at her comment until Layla turned serious. "But a more serious matter, I have come here to ask you a favor. As you know, just recently, the Kyuubi no Kitsune appeared attacking your village when his mate the Kyuubi no Myobu came in the nick of time trying to stop her mate from causing utter destruction. However, that would not be the case. You see, the Kyuubi no Kitsune was being controlled, and in the end, he unintentionally made a lethal blow to both his mate and his unborn kit." Gasp! How awful! Who could anyone force another living creature to attack their own loved ones? My sentiments exactly. You see, your yandame, Minato Namikaze, had the intention to seal the Kyuubi no Kitsune into his own son using a forbidden method by you humans. We, however, interfered by orders of the Almighty. It would appear that the mastermind behind this incident tonight has much more evil intention than just destroying a simple village. This intention is still yet unclear to us, but what we do know is that this person tends to seek power that is well beyond his control, and forbidden even by the laws of heaven. You said we? Is there another angel here? Layla smiled at the Hyuga matriarch's question. Yes, my beloved you, the angel of the moon, and my partner in heaven. However, he was also sealed inside Minato's son, as are orders by the Almighty, and I will be sealed inside a second container with the Kyuubi no Myobu and her unborn child. I see, so little Naruto-kun and another child will be the two containers for the two foxes and two angels. So what is it that you want from me, Layla-san? With your permission, I would like the second container to be little Hinata here. The Hyuga matriarch was shocked at Layla's request when she felt another strong kick from Hinata. Do you want to do it, Hinata-chan? Her question was answered by another strong kick from Hinata, making the Hyuga matriarch smile. I guess you really want to meet Naruto-kun, huh? Giggled the Hyuga matriarch, remembering her time with her friend and teammate Kushina, and how both women were excited once both found out they were pregnant, and already planning play dates once their children were born. Very well, Layla-san, You have my permission to make my little Hinata-chan the second container. Layla smiled when she heard the Hyuga matriarch's response when both women heard a faint sound, "Thank you," from both of us. The new voice came from the small orb in Layla's hand, and Layla looked straight at the Hyuga matriarch's eyes. She received a small nod at Layla's unheard request when she gently put her free hand on the Hyuga matriarch's stomach. "Thank you very much, Hinata-chan. Please take good care of both of us," said Layla, retreating her hand. "Shinigami." The air surrounding the two women suddenly felt cold and a demonic image suddenly appeared behind Layla, causing the Hyuga matriarch to worry. "I have found our second container, and as agreed, once you seal both me and the Kyuubi no Myobu, you will receive half our power, so long as you spare the soul that was sacrificed for the sealing ritual. Should you break your vow, your punishment will be dealt with by the Almighty personally. Is that clear?" said Layla in a threatening voice. "As you wish, Layla-sama, I will begin the process." The image of a beautiful red-haired appeared, causing the Hyuga matriarch's eyes to widen. "Kushina-chan? It's been a while, my friend. I'm sorry, but it looks like I won't be able to see Hinata-chan nor Naruto-kun grow up. I promise, I'll keep an eye on both of them," said Kushina with a faint sad smile appearing on her ghostly image with her friend crying tears of sorrow. "Rest peacefully, Kushina-chan. I'll do everything I can to help Naruto-kun. That is my promise of a lifetime to you." A bright light started to envelop the small area as Kushina and her friend made a motion with their hands as if swearing a pinky promise. End flashback. After the sealing process was done, the Hyuga matriarch tried her best to convince her husband to try to adopt Naruto, but all her effort turned up in failure, with her husband being too stubborn to agree because it would tarnish the Hyuga image according to him and the elders. Evidently, she decided to go against her husband's wishes and decided to help the boy in secrecy by giving him food whenever she could, or some fresh clothes when his old ones were worn out. But the one thing she will always remember was when she gave him his first gift, a small orange plush fox, and a small silver bracelet with a sapphire embedded in the middle. Even though she gave it to him indirectly, and he didn't know that it was from her, he was still so happy that he started crying tears of joy that there was at least someone else out there looking out for him. She remembered that day, the day she bought his plush fox and bracelet. It was several days after the cloud incident, and she had bought a pair of plush foxes, one purple and the other orange, and two custom-made, matching silver bracelets, one with a sapphire in the middle, and the other a ruby. She decided to give Hinata the purple fox to help calm her down while telling her a story that the bracelet was special, with another one just like it only with blue jewel, and the person who has it will be the most important person that she will ever meet. Even though both Naruto and Hinata were young, she just couldn't resist playing matchmaker with them. In the park, Naruto was on the ground in a fetal position as the three bullies continued to kick Naruto. "What's wrong, crybaby? You too chicken to fight?" "No way, he's just going to cry again." "Is that true, crybaby? Are you going to cry again?" "Hey, what's that?" asked one of the boys as he noticed a shining silver chain on Naruto's left hand. "Looks expensive," said another of the boys after looking at Naruto's silver bracelet, causing Naruto to cover his most prized treasure into his other hand and held it close to his body. "Heh, well, I say it's mine now. So come on, loser, give it here," said the leader of the boys as all three boys tried to pry off Naruto's hand, but Naruto still kept a firm grip on his bracelet that the chain was starting to dig into his skin every time the boys tried to yank off his hand. "And just what do you think you children are doing to that poor boy?" asked a stern feminine voice from behind the three children. "Hey, but our old lady, my dad's in the council so he can Lady Hyuga," said the leader of the three boys after realizing that he just insulted the matriarch of the Hyuga clan, one of the most wealthy and respected clans in the village. "I am sorry, I didn't mean." "You do well to know when to keep quiet, boy. Especially after I just caught you beating up a defenseless person," interrupted the Hyuga matriarch, causing all three boys to cringe in fear when the parents of all three children appeared. "Is there something wrong, Lady Hyuga? Are our children bothering you? Perhaps our boys would like to play with little Hinata-chan?" asked the parents of the supposed leader of the trio of boys, who also happened to be a member of the civilian council. "I'm afraid I'm going to have to respectfully decline. Your child seems to lack discipline, councilman, unless of course he always refers to other respected figures as old lady, as he so generously called me," said the Hyuga matriarch in a sickly sweet voice. I will never let my sweet Hinata-chan be associated with someone who shows lack of respect." The councilman paled after hearing her comment, and was currently thinking of a way to get out of this situation. "Well, you know boys, always roughhousing with one another." "Really? I didn't know roughhousing involved one child being ganged up and beaten to a pulp." All three parents looked at the beaten form of Naruto, as he slowly tried to hide himself inside his cloak. I'm sure that boy was the one who started this entire ruckus. And he has my bracelet, said the councilman's son in an obnoxious voice. There you see, he stole something that wasn't his, and my child had the right to get back his stolen bracelet. The Hyuga matriarch recognized the silver bracelet that she gave to Naruto, and immediately devised a plan. Tell me if that bracelet is your son's. When did you bought it for him, councilman? 3 days ago at the jewelry store several blocks from the Yamanaka flower shop. I gave it to my son as a special present. For what occasion, councilman? You invited us to your son's birthday 2 months ago, and he didn't have a bracelet on him. There's no holiday coming up, and he's still too young to enter the ninja academy, so what could it be? It's I can see where your son gets his manners, councilman. I saw Naruto-kun wearing that bracelet a week ago when he was sitting in the Hokage's office, and the Hokage also knows that Naruto-kun always wears his bracelet. He probably stole it. There's no way someone like him can afford something like that. Perhaps, but who's to say that someone didn't give it to him? Someone like the Hokage, or would you like to confirm it with me, councilman? Maybe you can explain to him why you lied to me, a member of the Hyuga clan, and attempted to steal someone else's possession. The councilman paled at her statement and decided to just cut his losses. No, that's all right, Lady Hyuga. I'll just be on my way then, and I had some errands to run anyway. The parents quickly grabbed their children and left the park. Once they were out of sight, she quickly went to check on Naruto and saw that he was shaking in fear at the sight of her. Please don't hurt me. I promise, I'll just go somewhere else. Naruto's rant was cut off when the Hyuga matriarch started to gently wipe his cheeks with a handkerchief that she always carried and looked at him with caring eyes. Now why would I hurt such a handsome boy like you? I know you didn't do anything wrong, or that you stole that bracelet. Why don't you go play with my daughter? I'm sure she would like to be friends with you. Naruto's eyes widened at the thought of having a friend for the first time, and the woman in front of him didn't seem to hate him, so he got up and went towards the girl who looked like a smaller version of the woman that saved him. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Hello, and my name is Hinata Hyuga. Hinata, it's a nice name. Thank you, blushed Hinata. Would you like to be my friend? Asked a nervous Naruto, shocking Hinata at his question. Hinata stayed quiet as she was still in shock but quickly snapped back to reality once she saw Naruto slowly backing away with a hurt expression on his face. Wait, said Hinata, gently tugged the back of Naruto's cloak, causing him to turn around. I'm sorry, it's just that and no one has ever asked me to be their friend before. I would love to be your friend, said Hinata with sincere smile on her face, causing Naruto to blush. What's this feeling I'm sensing? It's warm. Hinata's mother watched as Naruto and Hinata played together the whole day with a gentle smile on her face. Kushina-chan, Naruto-kun turned out to be a nice boy. You should be proud of him from where you're watching. Who knows, maybe they'll end up being together like the two angels we both encountered. Both children continued to play together as they started playing in the sandbox with both bracelets shining brightly in the sunlight, and their gems appeared to be giving off an ethereal glow. 7 years later. A 12-year-old Naruto walked into his apartment taking off his bright neon orange jacket, revealing a plain black shirt. Naruto dropped his jacket on the floor and flopped down on his bed. Man, today sucked as well. Then again, every day sucks with people calling me demon and monster all the time. The villagers would always abuse Naruto in some way, whether it's emotionally or physically. It would always make him feel depressed or lonely. Naruto looked at his left hand and saw his silver bracelet with a sapphire embedded in the middle. Then again, I guess it wasn't so bad. After all, it's always worth it to see her smile, thought Naruto happily. Flashback 7 years ago. A 5-year-old Naruto was walking back to his apartment with his makeshift hood and cloak wrapped around his small frame with a smile hidden behind his hood after playing with his new friend. He saw that the sun had nearly set and instantly started running towards his apartment that the third Hokage had given him. I have to get home. I need to lock up before they come find me. Naruto ran at full speed heading towards his apartment when he felt someone grabbed him from behind and pulled him into a dark alley. Naruto's attackers slammed him against a wall, causing him to become lightheaded. But it's not even night. I thought I still had time. It took a while to find you, demon, but patience has its own rewards, said the councilman from earlier with a large mob behind him. So tricking the Hyuga matriarch into playing with her daughter, huh, demon? Then again, that's to be expected from a demon such as you, isn't that right, everyone? The mob started to mutter in agreement, and Naruto could tell that they really wanted to hurt him just like all the other times. Please Jay, just let me go, whimpered Naruto. Humph, and let you leave before teaching you your lesson? I don't think so, sneered the councilman. Gentlemen, see to it that he learns his lesson about humiliating others, and for tricking other people. The mob cheered and quickly started punching Naruto and grabbing anything nearby to use as a weapon. Naruto screamed in pain as the villagers jabbed, punched, and slammed Naruto with their fists, broken glass, stones, and any other weapon they found or brought. Please someone! Anyone! Please help me! Thought Naruto as he started to remember all of his beatings since he could remember. I don't want to die not like this. Memories of other beatings far worse started to flash before his eyes with the villagers whispering behind his back. But he was still able to hear their insults bringing more tears to his eyes. No one will miss me. No one will care about me. I don't even know who my parents are. I don't even know if they all loved me, thought Naruto, feeling more pain. I feel so tired. And my heart feels like it's about to explode. Naruto's vision started to turn red from the blood coming from his forehead, with one of his eyes starting to swell close. I just wish that I wanted to feel happy. Just once, even if it was for one day, just once, thought Naruto as he started to lose consciousness. Naruto-kun? Naruto's eyes widened as much as possible when he started to hear Hinata's voice in his head. Flashback to earlier. Is it okay if I call you Naruto-kun? Naruto stared at Hinata's white lavender eyes, and was amazed at how much they reminded him of the moon. The sun had just started to set when Hinata's mother called her over saying it was time to go home. Yeah, is it okay if I call you Hinata-chan? Hinata shyly nodded, giving him a small smile, making Naruto blush at the sight in front of him. Naruto-kun, would you like to meet Hinata-chan tomorrow and play with her again? Asked Hinata's mother, walking over to the two children. Naruto started blushing out of embarrassment, but shyly nodded, causing Hinata's mother to giggle at Naruto's reaction. Well then, I guess we'll see you tomorrow then, Naruto-kun, it's a promise. Oh, and one other thing, Naruto-kun, can you call me auntie? Said the Hyuga matriarch with stars in her eyes, with Naruto nodding. Get home safely, Naruto-kun, said the Hyuga matriarch as she and Hinata started walking back to the Hyuga compound. End flashback. That's right, I promised Hinata-chan and auntie. I made a promise, and I need to keep it. I finally made a friend. I have a friend. The villagers kept punching and cutting Naruto, but all Naruto would remember was Hinata's smile. It hurts, my body hurts, but I can still see her smile, Hinata-chan's smile. End flashback. That's right, I remember that day. I remembered her smile. Her smile was the one thing that kept me going. They also nearly took my bracelet if it wasn't for the old man showing up when he did. I vowed that I would always try to protect her. Auntie, I miss you, and so does Hinata-chan, thought Naruto as he looked out the window into the night sky. I can't believe how beautiful she's gotten, and yet I'm stuck pretending to like some pink-haired banshee who's obsessed with some duck-haired, emo bastard. Maybe if I was born in a high class, maybe Hinata-chan and I could, well, there's no use in pretending, but maybe someday, I can return Hinata-chan's feelings. Naruto's thoughts were interrupted when he heard a small squeal with something climbing on top of his back. Sorry, Suki-chan, I was just daydreaming again. You're hungry, right, girl? Naruto flipped over, sitting on his bed, to come face to face with a light blue fox-like creature with rabbit-like ears, dark blue tips on its tail, ears, and paws, and a diamond-shaped sapphire forehead marked with midnight blue eyes that shined in the moonlight. The little fox-like creature happily squealed as she stood on her hind legs while wagging her tail. Do you want to go to Ichiraku's ramen? The fox-like creature happily squealed again as Naruto grabbed his jacket from the floor and zipped all the way up while creating a little space for his small furry friend. I'm sure Ayame-chan would like the visit, said Naruto, placing Suki inside his jacket like he's seen Kiba do with his dog Akamaru. Hyuga compound. Hinata entered her room supporting bruises from her spar with hanabi that her father would force her to make. Hinata limped over to her bed and gently lied down on her bed when she heard someone gently knocking on her door. Come in, said Hinata, only for the door to open a small crack to reveal a little girl with long brown hair, white eyes with a hint of lavender color, and was wearing an armless blue v-neck shirt and blue shorts. The little girl had a look of depression and regret. Owanchan. Hanabi-chan, what's wrong? Hanabi slowly entered her sister's room, and started crying as she ran over to her sister and hugged her. Owanchan. I don't want to hickspar anymore. I just keep hurting you because father makes us, cried Hanabi. Hinata gently stroked her sister's hair as she continued to cry and hiccuped. Hanabi-chan, it's alright. I don't mind the spars as long you're safe. Owanchan, then why don't you just win once? I know you're strong, and I know you can easily beat me, so why? Why won't you just win once so father can stop hitting you? Whimpered Hanabi. Because Hanabi-chan, I care too much about you, and if I do win, I'm scared father would start hitting you. I would gladly receive all his punishments just as long as you are safe, said Hinata in a motherly tone. Once Hanabi was interrupted when both girls heard a small shuffling coming from Hinata's closet when the door opened and a bundle of clothes came out with something moving underneath it. Both girls heard whimpering noises when out popped a small blue-white wolf-like cub with a white underbelly, white-tipped paws, and a white circle forehead marked with sky-blue eyes. Teo-kun, you scared us, said Hanabi wiping her tears. Teo-kun, you silly little thing, you must be hungry. Hanabi-chan, do you think you can get some dinner for him please? Asked Hinata with Hanabi nodding and quickly went to the kitchen to get some food for the wolf-like cub. Hinata saw the wolf-like cub jumped on top of the bed and stood on his hind legs while placing his two front paws on Hinata's arm as if asking if she was alright. It's alright Teo-kun, it doesn't hurt as much. You just wait until Auntie Hanabi comes back with dinner, okay? Hinata's furry companion let out an affirmative yipping sound while Hinata gently started to stroke his forehead, as she remembered how Teo just mysteriously entered her life. Flashback 7 years ago. Hinata had woken up feeling excited that she made her first friend yesterday, and she would meet him again later on. Hinata-chan, are you dressed yet? We have to go soon, called Hinata's mother. I am nearly ready, mommy. Once Hinata had finished getting dressed, she heard shuffling coming from under her bed, making her feel scared when she saw two sky-blue eyes appear underneath her bed, causing her to scream in fright. Hinata-chan, what is it? Asked a frantic Hyuga matriarch with a handful of branch member bodyguards, slamming the door open ready to fight off any intruder. Hinata pointed underneath her bed, shaking in fear when one of the Hyuga bodyguards noticed the two eyes and activated his Byakugan. Hello, what have we here? It looks like some kind of animal, said the branch member, reaching underneath the bed when the room was filled with yelping noises as the branch member pulled out what looked like a wolf cub, but with a strange blue-white colored fur. I've never seen a wolf or dog with this type of color before, said the branch member, holding the cub by the scruff of its neck, causing the cub to let out more yelping noises. You're hurting the poor thing. You have to hold him gently, said the Hyuga matriarch, gently grabbing the wolf cub. Aren't you just the cutest thing, said the Hyuga matriarch in a motherly tone as the wolf cub licked her nose, causing the Hyuga matriarch to giggle at the tickling sensation. Hinata-chan, come say hi, he looks friendly. Hinata nervously walked up to her mother, holding the wolf cub as her mother held out the cub. Hinata slowly reached to pet the cub when it suddenly licked her hand, causing Hinata to yelp in surprise and fall back. Calm down, Hinata-chan, he was just saying hi in his own way. Hinata slowly reached out again to pet the cub, and gently stroke his forehead as the cub closed his eyes in content. See, he likes you. What is it with all this commotion so early in the morning? Asked a stern voice coming from the doorway. Everyone turned to look at the doorway, revealing the head of the Hyuga clan, Hayashi Hyuga. Oh, good morning, dear. It looks like we had a little visitor during the night, said the Hyuga matriarch, holding the wolf cub while Hinata continued to gently stroke it. Humph, guards, dispose of that creature, ordered Hayashi as he started to walk down the hall. Hayashi, he's just a baby. He can't properly fend for himself, said the Hyuga matriarch. That thing is nothing more than a disease-ridden animal that needs to be taken care of. It also means that we need tighter security if a small furry abomination was able to slip past our guards. Let's be grateful it wasn't an enemy ninja, said Hayashi. Just an animal, you say? Are you that cold-hearted that you would easily forsake a poor living soul? Said the Hyuga matriarch, placing the wolf cub in her daughter's lap. Is it because it would tarnish the Hyuga image like you and the elders so wholeheartedly agree on? Said Hyuga matriarch, glaring at her husband, causing him to stop in his footsteps. He's alone and scared with no one to rely on. He's defenseless and vulnerable, and even if he was an animal, he wouldn't hurt a single soul. You've changed from the Hayashi Hyuga I once knew, dear, said the Hyuga matriarch, conveying her secret message. Hayashi just stood there at the end of the hallway, not moving a muscle. Do as you wish, but my decision still stands. Hinata didn't know what was going on, but all of a sudden all the guards had a disappointed look on their face, like they had committed a crime. You are all dismissed. I'll be taking my daughter to the park now. The bodyguards bowed in respect and left as both mother and daughter walked down the street towards the park with their wolf cub in Hinata's arms. Do we really have to give him away, mommy? Tell you what, Hinata-chan, why don't we keep him a secret from your father? Maybe Naruto-kun can help you raise him, and keep him at his house so you can properly train him, said the Hyuga matriarch with a smile just like her daughter, and nodded her head in agreement. At the park. Both mother and daughter reached the park and found a lot of children playing, but they couldn't find Naruto anywhere. I don't see Naruto-kun anywhere, said a disheartened Hinata. I'm sure he's here somewhere, Hinata-chan, don't worry. Hinata and her mother searched the whole park, but they still couldn't find Naruto, causing Hinata to become more disheartened, thinking that she lost her first friend. Hinata-chan, auntie, I made it. I kept my promise, came Naruto's voice from behind the two when both were greeted by the sight of a bandaged Naruto covering most of his arms, neck, and forehead with some going diagonal covering one of his eyes while wearing an orange shirt and black shorts. The Hokage was standing next to Naruto making sure that he was able to stand on his own, and Naruto-kun, what happened to you? Are you okay? Asked a frantic Hinata stuttering at the sight of her new friend. He insisted on coming, and was about to leave the hospital saying that he had to keep his promise to his new friend and his auntie. I presume he means you, Lady Hyuga, asked the aged Hokage, causing the Hyuga matriarch to nervously laugh at his statement, while supporting a large sweat drop when they were interrupted by a small squeaking sound. Everyone looked behind Naruto and the Hokage and saw a blue fox-like creature. Hey, it's that little fox that I found in my hospital room, said Naruto. The wolf cub in Hinata's arms quickly jumped down and went over to the fox as both fox and wolf stood in front of each other sniffing until their noses met, and both creatures started playing with each other. It seems that Hinata-chan's new friend also likes Naruto-kun's new friend. Hinata-chan, Naruto-kun, go play with your new friends, but not too rough, okay? Okay, we will, auntie, said Naruto in a cheerful voice as both children sat down in a soft patch of grass playing with each of their new furry companions. End flashback. Mom even named them Teo and Suki, the sun and moon. Mom always did like to use weird names, but that's what made her special, thought Hinata. Still, it's weird on how Teo-kun hasn't grown for the last 7 years, but then again, I wouldn't be able to keep him hidden in my room if he did. Hinata kept stroking Teo's forehead when she heard Hanabi softly knocking on her door. Hanabi quickly brought a tray of cooked steak, making Teo wag his tail in excitement, but still didn't make a sound. It's a good thing, Naruto-kun, and I taught you how to be quiet, otherwise father would have thrown you out on the street or worse. It's a shame Naruto-kun's landlord couldn't let him keep 2 pets, said Hinata as Hanabi placed the tray on her sister's lap. Teo was about to pounce and devour his food when Hinata gently flicked his nose. Manners, Teo-kun, I taught you better than that. Just what would Suki-chan think if she saw you act like this, said Hinata, acting like a mother scolding a child, making Teo whimper in regret, and ate his dinner at a normal pace. Wonshin makes a good mommy, said Hanabi, making Hinata blush at her statement. That's not true. Yes, it is. Wonshin and Onai can help take care of me, so Wonshin and Onai are like my mommy and daddy, said Hanabi, making Hinata's blush even redder at the thought of her and Naruto having been together. Hinata's mother died several days after giving birth to Hanabi, and her father became stricter with her and her training with him, always being disappointed at her for different reasons, but she still had time to help take care of her sister. That Hinata even introduced Hanabi to Naruto, that the two quickly became close, that the three would always meet together at the park if Hinata and Naruto were not training for the academy. Wonshin, do you think Onai-kun and Suki-chan are doing okay? If I know Naruto-kun, he's probably at Ichiraku's ramen right now with Ayam-chan hugging Suki-chan, said Hinata, causing both girls to giggle at Hinata's statement. Ichiraku ramen. Come on, just one more ramen please? Begged Naruto to Ayam. No way, you've already had 3 bowls, and a growing boy needs to eat healthy, so you're eating your salad, young man, and that's final. Scolded Ayam Ichiraku, placing a salad bowl in front of him. If I didn't know any better, Ayam, I would say you're his mother, said Tuchi Ichiraku to his daughter while cleaning some of the dishes. Ayam blushed at her father's statement but quickly regained her composure. It's not like that. Besides, we promised Lady Hyuga that we would take care of Naruto in her place if something happened to her. After all, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even have our little ramen stand right now, and besides, that woman was a saint compared to the other pompous nobles and rich clans. True, she did quite have a ramen craving when she was pregnant with Hinata and Hanabi. I suppose I should also be thankful for bringing me my #1 customer as well, said Tuchi, rubbing Naruto's head. Yeah, I really liked Auntie, and I'm thankful that she introduced me to both Ayam Michin, old man Tuchi, smiled Naruto. Naruto quietly continued to eat his salad even though he didn't want to. He knew Ayam meant well, and Suki just continued to eat her bowl of sliced meat. So Naruto-kun, how are your studies? Sighed bad, I still can't get the clone jutsu down. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, said Naruto. Cheer up, Naruto, I'm sure you'll get it in time, said Tuchi. Thanks, it means a lot hearing that from you guys, but I guess I should be going now. It's getting late, and I have to wake up early. Let's go, Suki-chan, called Naruto just as Suki finished her bowl and licked Ayam's cheek to show her appreciation. Well, you're welcome, Suki-chan. You're just so cute, said Ayam, petting Suki's forehead. Naruto's apartment. Naruto quickly changed into his pajamas and got into bed with Suki going under the covers and getting on top of Naruto's chest while sticking her head out from under the covers. I swear, Suki-chan, you're just as hyper as Teo. Good night, Suki-chan, sweet dreams. Hyuga compound. Hanabi helped Hinata change into her pajamas, trying to be careful with her injuries. Once Hinata had changed, Hanabi went to her room while Hinata got into bed with Teo running around underneath the covers. No more honey ham for you, Teo-kun, it's making you too hyper. Hinata grabbed Teo and tucked him in next to her. Good night, Teo-kun, I'll take you with me to the academy tomorrow so you can get some exercise. Naruto-kun will bring Suki-chan to keep you company, so be on your best behavior, okay? Teo quietly yipped as they both drifted off to sleep. The next day, Hinata woke up to the sound of her alarm clock going off, and found an empty bed, knowing full well that Teo hid in the closet again in case her father or anyone else entered her room. Her wounds had also quickly healed up, making her wonder how she and Naruto had this amazing ability. Another thing that Hinata still couldn't figure out was how Teo was able to hide even from the Byakugan with Suki sharing the same ability. She remembered during one of her days off from school, she and Hanabi were taking care of Suki for the day while Naruto was training on his clone jutsu, and he didn't want anything to happen to Suki. While in her room, Teo and Suki were running around playing with each other when they accidentally knocked over her lamp, causing their father to enter their room. Hinata tried to explain what happened when Hanabi intervened, stating she was practicing how to set up a trap, with Hinata correcting her mistake when she accidentally hit the lamp. Hayashi stood there with a blank expression when he activated his Byakugan, making Hinata and Hanabi worry that he saw Teo and Suki hiding in her closet after knocking down the lamp. Hayashi kept looking around when he deactivated his Byakugan, stating that Hanabi should practice her jutsu outside instead of indoors. Both girls were confused as to how their father couldn't see Teo and Suki, but considered it a blessing that he couldn't see them. Hinata quickly looked out in the halls to see if the coast was clear, and quickly snuck into the bathroom carrying Teo in her hands while covering him with a towel in case she encountered someone unexpected. Okay, Teo-kun, it's time for our bath. I want you nice and clean for today, said Hinata, happily wearing a bathing suit while washing Teo. Several minutes later, Hinata quickly dried off Teo, finding it funny that his fur would always stick out whenever she took him out of the bath. Hinata started getting dressed, looking at herself in the mirror. I wonder if Naruto-kun will ever look at me like he does with Sakura-san. I want to confess my feelings, but why can't I ever tell him, thought a frustrated Hinata. Hinata knew the villagers would hurt Naruto from time to time, and it would always hurt her to see her best friend hurt and broken, that she and Hanabi would try to visit him without their father knowing. Hinata started developing feelings for Naruto after they both joined the academy, and always admired how he would never give up despite what all the villagers say about him. To Hinata, Naruto was a sweet, kind, and caring person. If only I was strong enough to tell him I love him. I want to be there for you, Naruto-kun. I don't want to see you with that fake smile you always put on. I want to see a real smile, the smile that always makes me feel happy and warm inside, the smile I saw when we first met. Naruto-kun, I always wanted to tell you that I love you. Hinata put on black shirt with dark blue pants and a baggy beige jacket over her shirt. She went to join her father and sister to eat breakfast, and like always, breakfast was quiet with an awkward silence. Hinata and Hanabi quickly finished their breakfast, and picked up their plates as both sisters sneaked some bacon they left for Teo into Hinata's lunch. Hinata quickly went back to her room to grab her things while quietly placing Teo in her backpack. Hinata and Hanabi quickly bade their father farewell and set off to the academy. Once the girls were a good distance away, Hinata quickly turned into an alley and let Teo out to get some exercise. Teo stretched each of his limbs while Hinata hand-fed him the bacon she and Hanabi saved just for him. Teo ate his breakfast and licked Hinata's hand to show his gratitude once he was done, causing Hinata to giggle at the tickling sensation. Hinata and Hanabi set off towards the academy once again, with Teo walking next to Hinata enjoying the sunlight. Naruto's apartment. Naruto woke up early, gently placing Suki to his side as he went to the bathroom to take a quick shower when he suddenly remembered something. Naruto entered his bedroom again just as Suki was starting to wake up, stretching her limbs. Sorry, didn't mean to wake up Suki-chan, said Naruto, petting Suki. Suki just happily squeaked as Naruto continued to pet her. Come on, it's time for a bath. You don't want to be dirty when we meet Teo and Hinata-chan, right? Suki just squeaked as Naruto gently carried her into the bathroom. Naruto wore some swimming trunks as he and Suki bathed together. Even though Suki wasn't human, he still felt weird bathing completely nude whenever he took Suki a bath. Usually he would do it when he came back from the academy to take her a bath, but on busy days he would usually take a bath with her wearing swimming trunks. Several minutes later, Naruto came out of the shower drying Suki off while trying to straighten her fur. I swear, Suki-chan, you look so silly whenever you come out of the shower, snickered Naruto, causing the fox-like creature to angrily squeal at him. Alright, I get it, I'm sorry, but you know it's true. Naruto quickly changed into his usual black shirt with his bright neon orange jumpsuit on top. Geez, I swear. I like orange, but not this much on me, no thanks to those lousy store clerks, though I do get a good practice at dodging and stealth with those ANBU after one of my pranks, especially with something this bright. Sigh, another day, another boring lecture at the academy. Not to mention that loudmouth Banshee and the duck-haired Emo, although Ino is more tolerable than the Banshee. At least she's kind of nice to me and knows when to stop. I really should ask her for some advice on flowers. What do you think? Asked Naruto, looking at Suki while the little fox-like creature wagged her tail. Oh well, maybe some other time. Come on, Suki-chan, old man Tucci said he was making us waffles this morning, and I'm not missing out, happily proclaimed Naruto. Even though Tucci owns a ramen stand, he would always make Naruto try different things apart from just ramen. That even Irika Yumino, Naruto's father figure and academy instructor, would encourage him to try some of the things Tucci makes, and if he ate it all, he would treat him to ramen after that. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto was happily eating his waffles with Suki eating a small portion of waffle herself. Are you sure it's okay for her to be eating human food, Naruto-kun? I mean, meat I can understand as long as it's organic, but waffles? It's okay, I am Nichin. Suki-chan has eaten plenty of human food before, and she's perfectly healthy. Besides, I'm the one who should be paying you for making you cook stuff outside the menu. Nonsense, your family, and family always supports each other. It doesn't matter what anyone or a little piece of paper says, as long as your heart is there with people you care about, then that is where your home and family truly are, said Tucci. Tucci had tried many times to adopt Naruto when he was younger, with the orphanages increasing their price for adoption papers when Tucci mentioned Naruto's name, or with the Hokage's secretary interfering with his meeting with the Hokage to get some adoption papers in any way possible. Tucci even tried to go to the Hyuga matriarch for some support, but her health started to worsen during the last stages of her pregnancy that he didn't want to burden her. Eventually Tucci decided to support Naruto any way he can, and at least give him a decent meal, a bed for him and Suki, and a small home if Naruto was out late training. I'm still concerned about her eating human food, said I.M. I told you, I.M. Nichin, Suki is used to eating human food. In fact, she won't even touch any kind of dog food or raw meat. She'll eat any kind of human food, and the same goes for Teo. If you ask me, I think she's hooked on sweets. I brought home some of your birthday cake last year, and I never even got one bite, let alone that piece of strawberry shortcake I bought last month, grumbled Naruto, only to be tail whipped in the forehead, startling Naruto, making him fall off his stool. Let that be a lesson to you, Naruto-kun, never come between a woman and her sweets, giggled I.M. with Suki giving an affirmative squeak. You still could have saved me some, grumbled Naruto. Random street. Naruto was walking down the street near the forest with Suki walking next to him, while the villagers glared at him in hatred, whispering that he was a demon and that Suki was just one of his servants, while others were intrigued at Suki's unique look, since Naruto would always carry Suki in his jacket in case the villagers decided to attack, but he felt that she would like to stretch her legs today. Naruto and Suki kept walking down the path when Suki suddenly stopped and stared into the tree line of the forest. Naruto stopped walking, wondering why Suki stopped all of a sudden when he noticed Suki staring into the forest. What is it, Suki-chan? Do you hear something? Suki suddenly dashed into the forest with Naruto running after her, knowing that something was wrong if Suki just suddenly started running. Suki kept running with Naruto, having a hard time keeping up with her. Man, I didn't know Suki-chan could run this fast. I'm having a hard time just keeping up, and I have pretty good stamina. In the forest. Naruto followed Suki for several minutes when they both came across a clearing surrounded by trees, letting some light through, creating several columns of light with a fresh breeze passing through several wildflowers surrounding a large, wide tree in the center of the clearing. Wow, this place is kind of peaceful. Suki ran to the side of the large tree in the center with Naruto following close behind. Naruto saw what looked like a hollow entrance where the tree roots and tree trunk met. It's actually kind of roomy in here, said Naruto, looking inside the hollow space. Hey, what's this? Said Naruto, looking down at the dirt floor where there laid a pure white egg. Suki cautiously approached the egg, sniffing it, making sure it was safe. Once she was done sniffing it, Suki looked at Naruto as if trying to tell him something. What's wrong, Suki-chan? Is something wrong with the egg? Suki just squealed in reply while Naruto kneeled down and gently lifted the egg when he realized some of his chakra was being absorbed into the egg, causing it to change from white to a light sky blue. Well, that's weird. I guess that rules out a bird's egg. Back at the village. Hinata, Hanabi, and Teo were walking down the street towards the academy when Teo started growling for no particular reason. Teo-kun, what's wrong? Hey Hinata! Hinata and Hanabi turned towards the sound of the voice and spotted a boy wearing a gray hooded sweater with black fur linings wearing standard dark blue pants, a shuriken holder on attached to his right thigh, and standard ninja sandals. The voice was from Kiba Inuzuka, heir to the Inuzuka clan, a clan that specializes in tracking with feral features and upside-down, red, triangle markings on their cheeks, and each member had a canine partner. Hinata knew that Kiba has a crush on her, but lately he's been making unwanted advances on her that Teo had come to her aid several times by distracting him while she got away. Hinata had respectfully declined Kiba many times, but he still wouldn't give up on her. "Hinata, it's been a while," said Kiba, trying to act like a cool guy. We saw each other yesterday, Kiba-san," said a nervous Hinata, not noticing that Teo was quietly walking around Kiba. "Hey Hinata, how about after class we?" "She's not interested, you horny mutt. Besides, she already said she doesn't like you, idiot," said Hanabi. Wham! "Oh. Why, you little brat owl," said Kiba, hopping on one leg while holding on the other where Hanabi kicked him. Chomp. "HHU again, this time we're ready for you. Get him, Akamaru," said Kiba as Teo managed to rip off part of Kiba's pants where he bit him and quickly ran off after seeing Hanabi and Hinata running towards the academy. A white puppy with black ears popped out of Kiba's coat and was about to attack Teo when they both realized that he had gotten away. "How does that mangy stray mutt always know where I am? And why does he only attack me when I'm with Hinata? I know for sure Hinata doesn't have any pets, and that little brat is becoming a nuisance even if she is Hinata's little sister." Kiba stood up straight after rubbing his bottom where Teo bit him. "Come on, Akamaru, let's see if we can get a seat next to her," said Kiba, picking up Akamaru when he heard several villagers snickering behind his back. "What are they laughing about? Oh well, who cares, when did it get breezy out here?" "At the academy." Pant, thank you, Hanabi-chan. You really saved me back there," panted Hinata after running all the way to the academy. Pant, anything for my mommy," said Hinata, making Hinata blush at Hanabi's statement. Hanabi-chan, I've told you I am your sister, not your mother," stuttered Hinata. "Even so, you've been like a mother to me, so that's why I've decided I'll call you my mommy and Onayak my daddy when it's just the three of us. After all, you did practically raise me," smiled Hanabi, making Hinata blush even deeper. "But and Naruto-kun and I need to be married to be your mommy and daddy. And besides, why, you'll be an aunt if we do have children," whispered Hinata shyly. "Giggle, then I hope that daddy proposes to mommy soon. That way, we can all be happy together," said Hanabi, mimicking Naruto's foxy smile, and turned towards the academy entrance, "just like a real family should," whispered Hanabi as a lone tear escaped through one of her eyes. "Hanabi-chan," whispered Hinata, knowing full well that Hayashi always mistreated her, but she did it to protect Hanabi from his wrath. Hayashi was always cold and lifeless towards both girls, only concentrating on making the clan stronger, and Hinata knew the only time Hanabi ever felt like a real little girl was around Naruto and her. Hinata also knew that Hanabi would cry at night wishing that Hayashi would stop making her spar with Hinata, that way Hinata doesn't suffer any more injuries. Hinata went towards Hanabi and hugged her from behind as she whispered in a motherly tone, "Don't worry, Hanabi-chan, you can always cry in front of me. You don't have to hide your pain. I'll always be here whenever you call for me." Hanabi couldn't hold her tears after hearing Hinata's words as both sisters hugged each other, with Hinata stroking Hanabi's hair to comfort her, with Hanabi letting go of all her pent-up frustration. "Hinata-chan! Hanabi-chan! Is everything alright?" Hinata and Hanabi let go of each other after hearing Naruto's voice. Both girls looked at the academy's gate, seeing Naruto running towards them with Suki at his heels, and he was carrying what looked like an egg in his arms. Naruto quickly kneeled down after gently placing the egg down and looked at Hanabi. "What is it, Hanabi-chan? Is someone picking on you? Are you hurt?" Hanabi just looked at Naruto through her teary eyes. "Hick daddy." Hanabi grabbed onto Naruto, crying in his chest while Naruto was blushing at Hanabi's statement. "Hanabi-chan, I'm not really your dad. You already have a dad." "He's not my dad. A hick dad wouldn't make me hurt mommy," cried Hanabi, with Naruto knowing she was referring to Hinata. There, Munchkin, I promise I'll keep an eye on Hinata-chan. At the first sign of trouble I'll protect her, okay?" Hanabi was wiping off her tears and nodded as she continued to hiccup. "Good girl, now don't get so worked up or you'll stay with those hiccups for a while," said Naruto, rubbing Hanabi's head. "Naruto-kun, we still have some time before the academy starts. Why don't we go over by the swing set and let Hanabi rest for a while until she calms down?" said Hinata. "Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Come on, Munchkin," said Naruto, picking up Hanabi like a father, with Hinata picking up the egg he put down. Where did you find this egg, Naruto-kun? Suki-chan found it in a small clearing just outside the village. It's weird though, when I found it the egg was white, but when I touched it, it turned blue. Hinata was looking at the egg when she saw some red chakra escaping from her hands, making the egg turn from blue to a light purple. Okay, things just got weirder, said Naruto. I know, I think it took some chakra from me as well, but it was red. Chakra is usually blue when I see it. We'll think about it later. Right now, Hanabi-chan is more important, said Naruto as he and Hinata went towards the swing set at the side of the academy with Suki and Teo following close behind them. Swing set. Naruto and Hinata sat on the ground underneath the tree of the swing set. Hanabi was resting on Hinata's lap with Hinata gently stroking Hanabi's hair while Suki and Teo were resting with the light purple egg nestled between their tails. She's finally clammed down, thank goodness. She really is a special little girl. It's a shame your father can't see that, said Naruto looking at Hanabi's peaceful face. What about you though? Are you alright? I know your father doesn't pull any punches just because you're his daughter. I'm alright, Naruto-kun, really. I always find my wounds healed the next morning just like you, but still I wish that, said Hinata close to crying herself at all the painful experience her father has put her and Hanabi through. Don't cry, Hinata-chan. I don't like to see you cry, said Naruto taking out a handkerchief and started wiping Hinata's tears. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun. Don't be. You're strong, Hinata-chan, stronger than anyone I know, and I know you would never do anything to hurt Hanabi-chan. If it was a light spar with no chakra in your strikes, then I know for sure you would win. But your dad forces you to do this, so it's not your fault, said Naruto wiping some of Hinata's tears. Thank you, Naruto-kun, said Hinata smiling with Naruto blushing at the scene in front of him. Several minutes have passed with the academy bell ringing at a distance. Naruto and Hinata tried to wake up Hanabi only to fail miserably. It's no use, she's knocked out. It'll be a while before she wakes up. I don't mind keeping you company, said Naruto smiling with Hinata smiling as well with a small hint of blush on her cheeks. So mommy? Hinata blushed even deeper at Naruto's question. Well, USC Hanabi-chan said that since you and I practically raised her, she sees us as her parents. Chuckle, well, I can definitely see you as a mother. Hinata blushed at Naruto's compliment as she looked down at Hanabi's sleeping face. You make a pretty good father too. You handle Hanabi-chan pretty well. Really, you think so? I just do what comes natural, said Naruto scratching his cheek in embarrassment. You know, Hinata-chan, you can always come to me if you ever need anything. I wouldn't mind at all. Thank you, Naruto-kun. So this is where you two have been hiding, said the voice of Irika Yumino. Irika was a Chunin instructor wearing long shinobi pants with a black shirt under his Chunin vest with long brown hair tied in a pineapple style like Shikamaru, and a scar running across his face. I thought it was weird that Hinata would be absent with you, Naruto. Naruto nervously chuckled while scratching the back of his head. Sorry, Irika-sensei. Hanabi-chan just had a rough morning. I see, why don't you take her to the nurse's office so she can rest there? After that, come straight to class, okay? Yes, thank you, Irika-sensei, said Hinata in a polite tone as Irika started walking back towards the academy. Where am I? Asked Hanabi in a sleepy voice. Well, it looks like Sleeping Beauty finally awakens. Daddy? Hanabi-chan, I'm not daddy, said Naruto, sweat dropping. Hanabi-chan, the bell rang a while back. Come on, you need to get to class before you become more late, said Hinata. I'm sorry. It's alright, Hanabi-chan, just try not to push yourself too much, okay, said Naruto rubbing Hanabi's head again. Tell you what, why don't you take care of this egg for me? That way, when it hatches, you can be its mommy, said Naruto handing Hanabi the egg. But you're its daddy and Wunchin is its mommy. I'll be its auntie, said Hanabi smiling with Hinata and Naruto blushing. I swear she does this on purpose, thought Naruto. Hinata and Naruto walked Hanabi to her class while carefully carrying the egg. They both walked towards their class with Suki and Teo right behind them. Do you think it was a good idea to leave a mysterious egg with her? Don't worry, Hinata-chan. I can't explain it, but I have this gut feeling that it isn't dangerous. I don't know why, I just can't seem to explain it, said Naruto scratching his cheek with his finger. Then I guess I'll trust you on that, Naruto-kun. After all, your gut feelings have never been wrong so far, smiled Hinata. Once they entered their class, Irika stopped lecturing. Well, good to see you finally joined us, said Irika standing next to his assistant Mizuki, another Chunin with short silver hair wrapped in a bandana with the leaf symbol on it, and was wearing an outfit similar to Irika's. When Naruto and Hinata entered the classroom, Suki and Teo entered as well, causing most of the girls to stare and whisper at how cute Suki and Teo were. Sorry you two, but no pets allowed, said Mizuki looking at Suki and Teo. What about Akamaru? He's a pet, whined Naruto. Akamaru isn't a pet, you moron, he's my partner, yelled Kiba. Akamaru poked his head out of Kiba's sweater and looked at Suki and Teo. Akamaru jumped out of Kiba's jacket and headed towards Suki with hearts on his eyes. Suki quickly jumped over Akamaru, gracefully twirling in midair, and landed on her feet. Akamaru looked behind him where Suki landed when Teo tackled him to the ground and stood protectively between him and Suki while growling at Akamaru. It's the mange mud from before, how'd he get in here? Teo-kun is my friend, he's always been there for me, said Hinata, insulted at what Kiba said, shocking everyone at her outburst. Call off your stupid mud, Kiba. I don't like the way he's looking at Suki-chan. Why should I? That thing should be honored to be courted by an Inuzuka dog. For your information, she's a vixen, and besides, I thought Akamaru liked some other dog, said Naruto, picking up Suki. So what if he does? Doesn't mean he can't have more than one, said Kiba like it was the most obvious thing. TCH, you're a disgrace, Kiba. Foxes mate for life just like wolves. Maybe your stupid mutt can learn a thing or two from them. Please, only a loser like you would understand nothing about canines. How is that thing even a fox? It's not even the right color. Besides, you'll see, she'll be Akamaru's. Enough. Kiba, language, interrupted Irika, and Naruto, we've been over this before. Akamaru is registered as a ninja dog. Suki and Teo are not, so they are classified as pets and they must wait outside. I'm sorry, said Irika. Come on, Irika-sensei, just this once. You know Suki-chan will be on her best behavior. Before? You tried to bring those things in here before? Asked a shocked Kiba, causing everyone to look at him. What? Kiba, Suki has been with Naruto since the beginning of the academy, just like Teo has been with Hinata, said Irika, pinching his nose in frustration. You mean to tell me that you've never noticed it before? Well, no, said a defeated Kiba, causing everyone to laugh at him. Honestly, you and Naruto really need to work on your concentration, sighed Irika. Don't compare me to him, yelled both boys. Sigh, moving on, rules are rule, Naruto, my hands are tied, said Irika as he gently stroked Suki's fur. Sorry, little Suki, but you'll have to wait outside with Teo. Suki just gave a sad squeal and jumped down from Naruto's arms. Teo-kun, take really good care of Suki-chan, okay? Play nice, said Hinata, stroking Teo's forehead with Teo giving an affirmative yip. Teo and Suki started walking towards the door when a bark from Akamaru called everyone's attention. Akamaru charged towards Suki again with Teo in a protective stance, once again ready to defend her, when a light blue blur passed him and made a beeline towards Akamaru, and quickly made a ricochet turn to the right, and then a straight dash towards Akamaru's side, knocking him into the air with the blur revealed to be Suki, making everyone in the room to go wide-eyed. Suki then vanished into a blur, making several ricochet turns when she jumped high into the air at high speed, hitting Akamaru in midair, and gracefully twirled in midair, tail whipping Akamaru to the ground, successfully knocking him out. Everyone except for Hinata and Naruto stood there bug-eyed with their jaws nearly touching the floor at what they just witnessed. She is quite the speedster, though I didn't know she was this fast, said Naruto, rubbing the back of his head. Sigh, it looks like Akamaru upset Suki-chan. Teo-kun, why don't you go outside with Suki-chan now before something else happens, said Hinata, with Teo and Suki running towards the exit. Akamaru was beaten in several seconds, whimpered Kiba. Humph, that goes to show you, never underestimate Suki-chan. That thing isn't even a fox. No creature can move that fast. Says the boy whose dog just got his butt hooped by a vixen, smirked Naruto. That thing moved at such high speed. Such power should belong to me, so why is it with that talentless loser, thought a boy with spiky black hair with a blue tint, onyx eyes, and was wearing a blue, short-sleeved shirt with a raised collar and the Uchiha crest on the back, and white arm warmers along with white shorts named Sasuke Uchiha. Shut up, Naruto. Only an idiot like you would think something weird like that thing is a pet, yelled a bright pink hair girl with green eyes, and was wearing a red Chinese-like dress with white circular designs, and tight dark green shorts. Besides, you're interrupting Irika-sensei, right, Sasuke-kun? Asked Sakura sweetly at Sasuke. Humph. Sakura squealed mentally in delight, thinking Sasuke just acknowledged her. Honestly, sighed Mizuki. I couldn't agree more, said Irika, pinching his nose in frustration. Naruto, Hinata, take the seats available and let's move on with the lecture. Hinata and Naruto climbed up the stairs, each secretly hoping to sit next to each other, but there weren't any seats that were available next to each other, so they had to sit in separate chairs. Naruto sat to the empty chair next to Sakura, making Naruto feel queasy. I swear this is someone's cruel sense of humor. Why of all people do I have to sit next to the Banshee? I wouldn't even mind Ino, or that quiet guy Shino, heck even Shikamaru is better company, and Choji even shares his snacks with me sometimes. Hey Sakura-chan, greeted Naruto with a fake smile. Shut up Naruto, said Sakura, pounding Naruto on the head, and don't you dare try to ask me out again. Not even in my wildest nightmares, thought Naruto, rubbing his bruise, and looked up several rows to his left and saw Hinata sitting between a boy named Shino Amburame with dark, bushy, brown hair, pale skin, and was wearing dark sunglasses and a sea green jacket with a high, upturned collar, and another boy named Shikamaru Nara with fairly long jet black hair tied in a spiky ponytail, narrow brown eyes, and was wearing a green lined mesh t-shirt under a short-sleeved gray jacket with green edges. At least she's not next to Kiba. I'll consider that a win. Iruka continued his lecture without any incident and found it amazing that Naruto managed to stay awake for it, but just barely, considering that fact that he kept bobbing his head up and down. I guess I can give him credit for trying. Alright, now it's time for taijutsu practice, so everyone please go outside. Once everyone was outside, everyone saw Suki and Teo snuggling up against each other underneath a tree, causing all the girls to squeal in awe. Please, Akamaru is way better looking than that sappy scene. Akamaru jumped out from Kiba's jacket and headed straight towards Suki once again, only to be picked up by Iruka. Kiba, control Akamaru, or you'll be forbidden from bringing him again. But... No buts, I already have special permission from your mother, and she even left me this note saying. Kiba suddenly got a mental image of his mother as her voice and Iruka's blended together. If I find out that you and Akamaru are misbehaving, I'll make you regret you were ever born. Your mother sure is subtle, Kiba. Kiba? Said Iruka, putting down the note when he didn't hear a reply from Kiba. Kiba was on the floor in a fetal position, chanting the same thing over and over. I'll be good mommy. I'll be good mommy. I don't even know if I should pity him, or be angry at him. Sweat dropped Iruka. Mizuki appeared in front of everyone with a clipboard. Alright, listen up. Instead of pairing you up like always today, we will be pairing you up in a boy versus girl round. Mizuki, what are you doing? Asked a confused Iruka. You see, Iruka, I thought since they'll eventually have to face female opponents, why not give them some experience now, said Mizuki, smiling. I don't like the sound of this. It's giving me a bad vibe, thought Naruto. I guess that sounds reasonable, but there'll be time limit of 3 minutes. I don't want anyone getting seriously hurt, said Iruka. Alright, first up will be. Several minutes later. Next up will be Naruto Uzumaki, said Mizuki with an evil glint in his eyes that went unnoticed by everyone. Let's see how you like this demon, versus Hinata Hyuga. Naruto's and Hinata's eyes widen after hearing that they would both have to spar with each other. Why? Why Hinata? I wouldn't have mind beating up the Banshee for a while. I have to fight Naruto-kun? No, please, anyone but Naruto-kun, thought Hinata, making a mental prayer. Heh, what are you going to do now, demon? You can fool everyone, but you can't fool me. Every time you ask that weakling Harino out, you always go to the Hyuga heiress. I know you're faking your crush on her so the Hyuga heiress doesn't suspect a thing, and you almost made me believe it, if it wasn't for the fact that you always hang around her and her sister. Mizuki, why don't we pair someone else with Naruto? Asked Iruka. Does Iruka know about his secret? Thought a worried Mizuki. I mean, those two are best friends, and I don't think either of them can go through with this, said Iruka. We're ninja, Iruka. Personal feelings can't get in the way when on a mission. That is what it means on being a ninja, said Mizuki in an almost insane look in his eyes. I guess you're right. Naruto Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga, please step up to the ring, said Iruka, with both Naruto and Hinata taking glances at each other. Remember, this is pure taijutsu, no ninjutsu or genjutsu allowed, and no weapons. You have 3 minutes or it will be considered a draw, said Iruka, repeating the rules. Ready. Naruto and Hinata stared at each other with nervous glances while trying to figure out a way out of this situation. Naruto and Hinata stared at each other with concerned looks, waiting for the signal from Iruka to start their spar. I can't do this. I just can't. Hinata-chan is too precious to me. I just can't do it, thought Naruto, trying to think of a way to get out of his predicament. I can't fight Naruto-kun. I don't want him to hate me. If I fight Naruto-kun, then he'll probably think that I'm just like the villagers, thought a scared Hinata close to tears. I know. I'll forfeit, thought Naruto and Hinata at the same time with their eyes showing a glimmer of hope. Sigh, I know that look anywhere, muttered Iruka. Iruka, what are you waiting for? Start the match, said Mizuki, practically screaming. Hold on, Mizuki, let me just make one thing clear for the both of them. Sparring isn't just two people fighting each other, it's a way for one to hone one's own skill, as well as making and creating bonds with one another, a way to measure each other's level, and to learn from one another as well. So I don't want you two to forfeit. Is that clear? Asked Iruka, hoping that Naruto and Hinata would see sparring more than just two people fighting each other. Besides, this is also for a grade, so you can't forfeit until a certain time limit. Naruto's face faltered at Iruka's last comment, causing everyone to sweat drop. You can't be serious, Iruka-sensei, yelled Naruto. Naruto, your final exams are in a couple of days and you will be tested on your taijutsu. Think of this as a review for that and a way to boost your grade. Will that help? Not really, groaned Naruto. Just do it, Naruto, said Iruka. Sigh, I swear you're so stubborn sometimes, I don't know where you get it. If you're done playing house, can we move on with the lesson? Asked an irritated Mizuki. These two have been paired up, so now they must fight each other with no backing down. If you hesitate, you lose the match, and you fail, so fight, said Mizuki, starting the match before Iruka could interfere again. Wait a minute, Mizuki. I already started the match, Iruka, so there's nothing you can do now. So come on, you two, one of you has to make the first move. Naruto and Hinata stared at each other again, with Naruto realizing that Hinata was shaking in fear. Hinata-chan, don't hesitate. If you do, Mizuki-sensei will fail you. Hinata hesitantly stepped back, still afraid of sparring with Naruto. That didn't go unnoticed by Naruto and Mizuki. Hinata, here you. Here I go. Let's see you dodge my left hook, Hinata-chan. Interrupted Naruto, charging at Hinata, extending his left arm, with Hinata easily dodging it, and Naruto-kun what? Now try my right punch, said Naruto, turning around and extending his right arm. Come on, Hinata-chan, I know you can get the hint, thought Naruto. Why is Naruto-kun attacking me? He keeps saying what he's going to do, and that makes it easier to dodge. Naruto-kun is telling me what he's doing so I can dodge, but why? Thought Hinata, dodging Naruto's punch. Wait a minute! Hinata, Hyuga, you hesitated. You're disqualified, yelled Mizuki. Actually, Mizuki, Naruto charged at her before you could disqualify her, and since you did say that one of them had to make the first move, you can't disqualify anyone. Mizuki mentally growled at Iruka's explanation, knowing that he was right and that he couldn't do anything. At least I can still watch the demon try to drive away his only friend. That weak girl has no self-confidence that she'll probably think he's really attacking her. Naruto-kun was protecting me. He was protecting me from being disqualified, thought Hinata, dodging another of Naruto's proclaimed attacks. You're getting good at this, Hinata-chan, said Naruto, getting into a brawler stance. If I can keep this up for a little while longer, then I can forfeit. I don't care about my grade as long as Hinata-chan gets a better grade, and maybe if her father hears that she beat me, then maybe he'll ease up on her for a while, thought Naruto. You're too stiff, ease up on your stance. Let the movements flow with one another, said a male voice inside Naruto's head, making him stop mid-punch, looking around in search of the voice's origin. Who said that just now? I can't let Naruto-kun just attack me and let Mizuki-sensei fail him. I have to do something, thought Hinata. Here I see come Naruto-kun, I'll use my gentle fist, proclaimed Hinata, with Naruto dodging her gentle fist attacks. Man, now Hinata is doing it. Those two are so pathetic, said Sakura. You're one to talk, forehead. You haven't even gotten your turn. I at least put up a fight, said Ino, who was partnered with Choji and lost, but not before tiring him out by dodging his blows with her natural flexibility. I'll say, said Choji, eating a bag of chips with several bags littered on the grass, this is more than what I usually eat. Pick up your trash, Choji. Don't you know littering is wrong? Screamed Ino. Well, despite being a fangirl, at least she has a sense of morals, muttered Shikamaru to Choji. No one asked you, you lazy bum! Screamed Ino. With good hearing, sweat dropped Shikamaru. Naruto and Hinata continued their awkward sparring, with both no longer proclaiming each other's attacks. The voice said to let the movements flow. How do I do that? Think of it like water constantly flowing from one stance to another, said another voice, making Naruto stop again. There it was again, but this one sounded different. What's wrong with Naruto-kun? He seems distracted, thought Hinata. The voice said to relax and to move like water. If I do that, then Naruto thought as relaxed his stance into a stance similar to Hinata's gentle fist, and when he thrust his fist forward, Hinata easily dodged it. Naruto quickly sunk low, performing a leg sweep with Hinata narrowly dodging it, and he quickly lifted himself up, performing a punch, purposely missing his target. Hinata tried to dodge Naruto's last punch, not knowing that he was actually missing on purpose, stumbled on her own feet, with Naruto quickly grabbing her hand, twirling her around as if he was dancing with her. When Naruto let go of her hand, she was back in her gentle fist stance, confused at what just happened, with everyone else shocked at what Naruto just did. Well, that was weird, but it felt natural, thought Naruto. What just happened, thought a dazed Hinata. I've never seen Naruto move like that before. I sure hope that this is a sign of improvement, thought Iruka. I really don't want to fail you, Naruto, but I can't play favorites, so you must pass on your own. TCH, the loser just got lucky, thought Sasuke. Sasuke-kun is so cool, thought Sakura, looking at Sasuke. The way Naruto-kun moved, it's almost like we were dancing. Then I guess we shouldn't leave our partner waiting. Don't be afraid to show your emotions, said a voice inside Hinata's head, caused her to squeal in surprise, causing everyone to look at her. Who said T that? Funny, Hinata-chan acted out surprised just now. Can she hear the voice too? Naruto charged at Hinata again, with Hinata dodging Naruto's attacks with difficulty, tried to feel the rhythm of his movement and match them. Feel the rhythm? How do I do that? Thought Hinata, and who was that? Hinata twirled on her heel, dodging one of Naruto's punches, and quickly backflipped just as Naruto performed a roundabout kick. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. I've never seen Hinata move like that before. I looked like she was dancing, thought a mesmerized Naruto. Hinata and Naruto stared into each other's eyes, each relaxing their stance. Naruto quickly jumped into the air, twirling gracefully as he used the momentum to perform a windmill kick, when Hinata quickly parried his attack, deflecting his kick while thrusting her palm forward. Naruto grabbed her wrist and twirled her around once again, with Hinata quickly dropping to the ground, performing a leg sweep after Naruto released her hand, tripping Naruto. Naruto quickly recovered by performing a one-handed back flip as he charged Hinata once again. Hinata bent backwards, showing her flexibility while dodging Naruto's oncoming punch. Hinata lifted her leg, aiming a kick to Naruto's head while still bent backwards. Naruto parried Hinata's attack by grabbing her leg and bent low, making Hinata's leg arch on top of him, making Hinata twirl. Hinata used the momentum of her twirl to aim another kick that Naruto once again caught. Hinata lifted her other leg on Naruto's shoulder just as Naruto placed her caught leg on his other shoulder, and Hinata jumped backwards high into the air, gracefully twirling, and landed on her feet. This jacket is too constricting, though both Naruto and Hinata at the same time. Both Naruto and Hinata mirrored each other's movements as they both simultaneously lowered the zipper of their jackets and tossed them aside at the same time, revealing the matching black shirts they had underneath with their matching silver bracelets, shining in the sunlight. Naruto's black shirt revealed that he had developed some muscle tone on him for a 12-year-old, making some of the girls blush at his toned abs and chest while some of the guys scowled at him. Hinata, on the other hand, had already developed curves on the right places with that borderline to a C-cup, making the boys stare at her and the girls stare in envy. Naruto and Hinata launched at each again, only this time Hinata thrusting her palm forward, with Naruto dodging by turning his body to the side and spun so he was behind Hinata. Hinata stumbled backwards, causing her back to come into contact with Naruto's chest, with Naruto wrapping his hands around Hinata's waist, making sure she didn't fall. Both blushed at the sudden contact when Hinata had a relaxed look on her face. Naruto-kun's hands feel warm. Hinata-chan, you look so beautiful, thought Naruto, looking down at Hinata's small frame. Both separated quickly, missing the contact from each other. Naruto performed a roundabout kick with Hinata copying his action. Both kicks met in midair when Naruto hooked his leg, grabbing onto Hinata's leg, and spun sideways in midair, forcing Hinata to do the same. Naruto landed first, and with unimaginable speed quickly caught Hinata as if he was dipping her, with Hinata's hands on his chest. Naruto and Hinata stared into each other's eyes, showing signs of admiration for each other, and something deeper. Beep beep beep. Iruka's watch alarm went off, showing that 3 minutes have passed, snapping Hinata and Naruto out of their trance as they both quickly separated from each other, avoiding eye contact. Everyone just stared at them in awe at the amazing display that Naruto and Hinata just performed, except for Ino, who was staring at them with stars in her eyes. Even Mizuki and Iruka were in awe at the display that both Naruto and Hinata put from awkward fighting to a graceful display of movement. Yes, well, since time ran out, this match is a tie, said Iruka. Naruto, you idiot! What do you think you're doing? Asked a fuming Sakura. I was sparring with Hinata-chan, isn't that what Iruka-sensei and Mizuki-sensei told us to do? That's not what I meant. That wasn't sparring. That was indecent. said a frustrated Sakura. Sakura-chan, are you jealous? Asked the confused Naruto, making everyone stare at her. Please me jealous? Why would I be jealous? Asked a nervous Sakura. Well, Naruto, I must say that was quite impressive. If you perform like that on your final, I'm sure you'll pass easily, said a proud Irika, taking away attention from Sakura. Damn it! Where did the demon learn how to fight like that? What's worse is that I think I deepened their relationship, thought an angry Mizuki. Hinata and Naruto went to get their respective jackets, with Hinata feeling more nervous than usual, knowing that all the boys were eyeing her, while Naruto also felt that some of the girls were talking about him. Damn, I knew Hinata was hot, but that body, thought Kiba. That Hyuga girl, she seems strong. She would make bears strong Uchiha members in the future, thought Sasuke, eyeing Hinata, and she's not that bad to look at. The last pair is Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Will both of you please step up to the sparring ring, announced Irika. First I have to take care of this sparring match, if you can even call it that, thought Sasuke. Humph me? Jealous? This is Naruto. I would never be jealous of that loser and that timid Hyuga. My love is for Sasuke. Besides, I'm better looking than her. Cha. And we got paired up with him. I bet our spar will be just as spectacular as that loser, and Sasuke-kun will finally see our worth, said inner Sakura. Remember, no ninjutsu or genjutsu allowed, and no weapons. The time limit is 3 minutes. Ready, said Irika, lifting his hand. Begin. Sasuke rushed towards Sakura and punched her in her stomach, causing her to be knocked out instantly. Humph, pathetic. Winner, Sasuke, announced Irika. Wow, that was bad. She really needs to shape up, thought a disappointed Irika. Now then, class is over for today, and don't forget to study for your finals, said Irika as he and Mizuki walked off to do their paperwork. Sasuke started walking back to the crowd, with all the girls looking at him with hearts in the eyes. Sasuke walked past them and stopped in front of Hinata, causing her to get closer to Naruto, who was standing right behind her. Hinata, was it? Go out with me, said Sasuke. What? Screamed all of his fangirls, including a now conscious Sakura. An elite such as myself needs someone strong to help me rebuild the Uchiha clan, said Sasuke, ignoring his fangirls. All the girls glared at Hinata, envying her, and the fact that she has a better body figure than they do. I am sorry, as Sasuke-san, but I must refuse. I don't have any feelings for Yu, nor am I interested. What do you mean refuse? I'm an elite. She said she's not interested, bastard, so back off, said Naruto, coming to Hinata's aid. No one's talking to you, loser. Speaking of which, hand over that creature you brought with you earlier. Something that strong should belong to an Uchiha. That creature has a name, and I'm not handing her over to you. Suki-chan has the right to choose whoever she wants to stay with. Fine then, I'm sure that thing would rather be with a strong owner instead of some talentless loser. Naruto mentally growled at what Sasuke said, trying his hardest to hold back his anger. Suki-chan. Teo. Come over here for a second. Suki and Teo woke up from their naps when Naruto called them over. Suki and Teo quickly rushed towards their owner's side, with Suki jumping on Naruto's shoulders, purring in delight. Naruto grabbed Suki and placed her in the middle between him and Sasuke. Suki-chan, Sasuke thinks you would be better off with him as your owner. So I want you to choose who you want to stay with. Come on, you furry creature. Hurry up and choose me so you can grant me your power, said an impatient Sasuke. Suki just looked at Sasuke with disgust and went back to Naruto's side, jumping on his shoulder once again, purring in delight. Seems she still wants to be with me, Sasuke, so you can have her. TCH, whatever loser, eventually that thing will see that I deserve its power. Sasuke walked away with most of the girls following him, while Naruto quickly led Hinata away from the crowd before Kiba or anyone else decided to surround them. You okay, Hinata-chan? Why yes, Jay, just a little and nervous about what happened. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. I mean, I've never fought like that before, and then this weird voice just popped into my head. Why, you too? So you also heard that guy talking to you? And no, the V voice I heard was a W woman, said Hinata, poking her 2 index fingers together. Weird, should we tell someone about this? I don't know, and Naruto-kun. I mean, won't people think we're strange? Yeah, you're right, and the villagers already hate me enough. I don't wasn't to give them another reason. Let's just pick up Hanabi-chan. Mommy! Daddy! Hanabi came up to Naruto, and Hinata hugging them both. You really aren't going to stop calling us that, are you, Hanabi-chan? No, said Hanabi, smiling. Chuckle, how about we go to Ichiraku Ramen instead of walking straight home? My treat, said Naruto, with Hinata and Hanabi quickly agreeing. Naruto placed Hanabi over his shoulders while Hinata carried Hanabi's backpack that also carried the egg that Naruto gave her. Hanabi had surrounded the egg with blankets to keep it safe and warm. Several days later, Naruto had finished eating his breakfast from Ichiraku Ramen with Tucci and I am cheering him on to pass his final exam today. This is it, Suki-chan. For sure I'm going to pass this time. Suki squealed, happily agreeing with Naruto. Naruto neared the gate of the academy when he spotted Hinata, Hanabi, and Teo. Hinata-chan. Hanabi-chan. Teo. Morning. Daddy. Naruto and Hinata had gotten used to Hanabi calling them her parents, as they both decided to just let her, since no matter how much they tried to reason with her, she wouldn't stop calling them that. Hanabi ran up to Naruto with Naruto hugging her. There's my favorite little munchkin. How's everything? So far everything is still good. Father hasn't asked mommy or me to spar, said Hanabi, as if swallowing something bitter when she said the word father, but was still happy that she wasn't forced to spar with Hinata. I guess father is still trying to find some way to measure mommy's strength. Hayashi had somehow gotten word that Hinata sparred with Naruto on equal footing that ended in a tie, and Hayashi had seen this as some improvement, since he also heard that Naruto's fighting prowess had momentarily improved during their spar. If Hinata was able to keep up with Naruto as he improved, then that also means Hinata had also improved just a bit as well. However, he still saw her as weak and was progressing too slow. That's good to hear at least. I'm glad your father was able to back off a bit, said Naruto, relieved, with Hinata blushing at his compliment. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Hinata-chan, you're looking beautiful today. Hinata-chan, go out with me. Hinata-chan, I love you. Naruto, Hinata, and Hanabi looked towards the direction of the voices and saw a group of boys wearing headbands with Hinata's name on it decorated with hearts in the middle. Oh man. This isn't good. Let's go, said Naruto, grabbing Hinata's hand while carrying Hanabi into the academy with Suki and Teo at their heels while being chased down by Hinata's newly acquired fanboys. The day after their spar, Hinata had managed to gain a large group of fanboys after finding out what she looked like under her jacket, making her the envy of all the girls and an idol for all the boys in the academy. Let go of her, Uzumaki. There's no way she would go with a loser like you. A dead lass shouldn't even look at our beloved Hinata-chan. Unfortunately, Naruto had also managed to become the most hated guy in the academy, since he and Hinata were close, making him the prime target for all the guys. Tunneling Fong. A large drill-like figure appeared in front of the mob of fanboys, forcing them to stop in their tracks. The drill stopped rolling, revealing to be Kiba standing with his hands in his pocket, as if trying to look cool. Just where do you losers think you're going? Hinata-chan belongs to me, and if any of you losers think otherwise, then you're just going to have to beat me. Bring it on, Inuzuka. Kiba and the rest of the boys started brawling each other over who deserved to go out with Hinata, while Naruto took this as an opportunity to lose the horde of crazed fanboys. I never thought I'd say this, but thank you, Kiba, for being stupid, thought Naruto. There she is. Hinata-chan, wait for me. Crap. They already got past Kiba? Naruto and Hinata kept turning into different hallways, trying their best to lose the mob, but the fanboys proved that they were persistent. The fastest of the group was starting to catch up to them, and was close to grabbing Hinata's hand when a foot connected with his face, knocking him into the group while dragging a number of other boys on the floor. The injured boy growled in anger at the person who kicked him, but suddenly turned pale when he saw who it was, as Sasuke Uchiha. That's right, and let me make one thing perfectly clear, Hinata Hyuga is mine, and if any of you get in my way I'll kill you, said Sasuke in a dark voice, making the group shiver in fear. We're not scared of you, Uchiha. Yeah, we'll defend our love for our Hinata-chan to the bitter end. Humph. Sasuke-kun is so cool. Sasuke-kun, go out with me. As soon as Sasuke appeared, a horde of his fangirls appeared behind him, cheering him on, but still hated Hinata for stealing their Sasuke's attention. With Naruto, Hinata, and Hanabi, Naruto kept turning into different hallways until he finally reached their classroom and barricaded the door with whatever he could find. Naruto leaned against the wall and slid down until he was sitting on the floor with Hinata and Hanabi snuggling up to him. Damn pant, persistent pant, bastards, pant, don't pant, no pant, when pant to pant quit. I'm pant, sorry pant, Naruto-kun. Don't pant be. I'm as scared, whimpered Hanabi. Hanabi had showed that she had a shy side along with her hyperactive personality since she hated all of Hinata's fanboys whenever they chased the trio. Naruto had tried his best to protect Hinata and Hanabi with the fanboys chasing them nearly every day, and it always ended up with the trio barricaded inside a room of any kind while huddled up together until someone would find them. Everything's going to be alright, Hanabi-chan. This is our classroom, so I'm sure Irika-sensei will come by shortly. A lot sooner than you think, actually, said Irika, startling the trio as he was staring down at them. Let me guess, Hinata's admirers? The trio nodded in acknowledgement when they heard a large commotion outside the barricaded door. I'll deal with them. I'll take Hanabi to her classroom as well. Eggy. Is Eggy okay? Asked Hanabi. The egg is fine, Hanabi-chan, see? Said Hinata, unzipping Hanabi's backpack, showing that the light purple egg was unharmed. Irika and Naruto started taking down the stuff that barricaded the door as Irika prepared himself when the door slid open with large group of boys trying to enter the classroom at the same time. All of you get to class or you are all expelled. Your ninja act like one, yelled Irika with his famous giant head genjutsu. The horde of boys stopped cluttering the entrance and quickly dispersed after hearing Irika and his warning, let's go, Hanabi-chan, or you'll be late as well. Thank you, Irika-sensei, said Hanabi, following Irika out. Naruto and Hinata sat together with Suki and Teo sitting on their laps. Sigh, I am starting to get tired, said Hinata. I don't blame you, Hinata-chan. To think you would become the school idol after one little spar, and that's because all those shallow pigs out there saw you. They don't even appreciate you for being you. Thank why you, Naruto-kun. You don't have to thank me, Hinata-chan. Whenever you need me, I'll always be there for you, said Naruto with an encouraging smile, making Hinata blush. I'm glad to see you're smiling for real, Naruto-kun, thought Hinata with a sincere smile, making Naruto blush. I just hope I passed the taijutsu portion. I haven't heard that voice since that day, said Naruto. Me neither. Did you why you think it could have been our imagination? Asked Hinata, stroking Teo's fur. If it was, then it was a strong coincidence that our imaginations gave us the same advice. Several minutes passed with the class filling in while Irika was on fanboy patrol, making sure that no one tried to sneak in his class to be with Hinata and to make sure the boys inside his class weren't bothering her. Okay, class. Today is your final exam and it will consist of 3 parts: written portion, taijutsu, and ninjutsu. Each part will have a set of rules for you to follow. Also, before I forget, Naruto, Hinata, you know the rules. Yeah, no pets allowed. It's already become like a routine, grumbled Naruto with Suki and Teo walking down the steps to the open door that Irika was holding. Kiba, remember the rule I told you, warned Irika again. I'm trying, Irika-sensei, said Kiba, struggling to hold Akamaru still from chasing Suki. Good. Now we will begin with the written portion of the test. You have an hour to answer each question. Cheating will automatically disqualify you. Good luck to all of you. Naruto and Hinata were sitting nervously close to each other waiting for the last part of the exam to begin. Naruto knew that he had failed the written portion of the test, and during the taijutsu test he was able to beat his opponent, who was just a random student. What baffled Naruto was that he didn't hear the voice from last time. However, Naruto knew that if he wanted to pass he would have to pass the ninjutsu portion of the test. Naruto looked to his side and saw a nervous Hinata shaking in fear. Hinata felt that she did well in her written portion of the test, but lost to her match during the taijutsu test since she didn't want to hurt her opponent. Hinata also didn't hear the voice from before during her spar with Naruto. Hinata's grades were average, giving her a better chance at passing, but she was more nervous about the ninjutsu test since she was scared that she might fail and face her father's wrath. Hinata-chan. Hinata's thoughts were interrupted when she heard Naruto calling her name. You'll be fine, Hinata-chan. Just you watch, you're going to pass these exams and you'll be on your way to becoming one of the strongest kunoichi ever. Hinata blushed at Naruto's comment, making her feel more relaxed and confident in her ability. Thank you, Naruto-kun, whispered Hinata, making Naruto smile his foxy grin. I promised myself that if I pass with you, then I would confess how I really feel about you. So failure is not an option for me, thought a determined Naruto. Naruto-kun, you've always been there for me. I hope we pass together, and maybe, thought Hinata, subconsciously placing a hand near her heart when she suddenly remembered the warmth she felt when Naruto placed his arms around her during their spar. Hinata-chan? Hinata's thoughts were interrupted again when she saw a concerned Naruto looking at her. Are you okay? You seem a bit red. I am fine, and Naruto-kun. Really I am, stuttered Hinata, waving her arms. She's so cute when she acts like that, mentally chuckled Naruto. Alright everyone, now it's time for the final portion of the test. This part of the test is separated into 2 parts. We will begin the first part, and test you on your transformation jutsu, so everyone line up in a single line. Several students have taken their test when Naruto was standing in front of Iruka writing down the final notes from the previous students when he looked up at Naruto. Okay Naruto Uzumaki, it's your turn. Remember, you must transform into someone else, and it must be good in order to get a passing grade. Good luck Naruto, thought Iruka. Who should I change into? Thought Naruto when the image of a silver-haired man appeared in his mind, confusing him. That's weird. I don't remember seeing anyone like that, but I'll give it a shot. Naruto performed a ram seal, concentrating his chakra. Here goes. Transform! Yelled Naruto, transforming into a stunningly handsome young man with long, silver hair that flows down his back in a loose ponytail, short bangs, silver blue eyes, and was wearing white silken robes, and a blue jeweled earring on his left ear. All of the girls, except Sakura, stared at the man with hearts in their eyes. Wow, what a hunk! Does he have girlfriend? I think I found my future husband. He's like Prince Charming. Please, Sasuke-kun is way hotter, and besides it's still Naruto, said Sakura, causing all of the girls to glare at her. Quit ruining our fantasy forehead, yelled Ino. The man slightly turned his head, making all of the girls nearly scream in excitement. He looked at me. I think I'm in love. They're a lively bunch, said the man. Ahem, Naruto, who is this? Asked Iruka, trying to suppress his blush. Forgive me, Iruka-sensei, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Utsukishiro, said Yu, bowing in respect towards Iruka, shocking Iruka and the rest of the class. Not only did he change his appearance, he also changed his personality. You never cease to amaze me, Naruto. Did I just say that? Thought a transformed Naruto. Right, Naruto, you get full marks on your transformation, said Iruka when the transformed Naruto looked at Hinata and saw that she was pushing her index fingers together. Naruto instantly knew that this meant she was nervous and wanted to do something to help her. Sorry, Iruka-sensei, but I'm going to need your help for a prank. This'll cheer up Hinata-chan, thought Naruto. Instead of transforming back to his regular self, there stood a naked girl with swirling clouds covering her intimate parts, with 2 pigtails, blue eyes, and whisker marks. Oh, Iruka-sensei, said the girl seductively, making Iruka rocket back by a stream of his own blood from his nose. Naruto transformed back, laughing while clutching his side. Gotcha with my sexy jutsu. You and that stupid jutsu. Wham! Iruka appeared with tissue stuffed up his nose, hitting Naruto on the head. That's it. I was going to give you this Ichiraka free ramen coupon, but apparently you don't want it. What? Come on, Iruka-sensei, it was just a prank. And yet I'm always the victim in that prank. Come on, Iruka-sensei, said Naruto, trying to reach out for the coupon in Iruka's hand, only to be held back by Iruka's outstretched arm, with Naruto trying several approaches, always being kept back a distance, making it a comical scene that made everyone laugh. If you promise to behave when class is over, then I'll give it to you. Sound fair? Asked Iruka with a Naruto on his back, trying to reach for the coupon from Iruka's outstretched hand, making sure it was out of Naruto's reach. Fine, groaned Naruto, jumping off Iruka's back, walking back to his seat, but not before noticing a giggling Hinata. Glad to see you feel better, Hinata-chan. Thank you, Naruto-kun. You always know how to cheer me up, thought Hinata. Moving on, next is Hinata Hyuga. The same rules apply, you must transform into someone else, and it must be good, said Iruka, straightening his Chunin vest. Who should I turn into? I guess I can turn into Kurenai-sensei, thought Hinata when the image of a red-haired woman appeared in her mind, confusing her. Who was that? Hinata, we're on a time limit here, so I need you to transform. Hinata shook her head, performing a ram seal, concentrating her chakra. Why yes, of course. Transform. Hinata transformed into a beautiful young woman with red hair parted down the middle, with the left side having a slight lift that flowed down her back, chocolate brown eyes, and was wearing a white kimono with a red jeweled earring on her right ear. How's this, Iruka-sensei? Iruka and the rest of the males, including Sasuke, blushed at the sight of the beautiful young woman. What a babe! An elegant beauty like that could make any man happy. Come on, babe, I'll take you out on a date. Back off, she's mine. Groan, if it's not one thing it's another, groaned Iruka, pinching the bridge of his nose, while all of the boys continued to argue, including Sasuke and Kiba. Shut up, all of you, or you're all disqualified, yelled Iruka, using his giant head jutsu. Boys will be boys after all, said the woman, smiling. Was that me? Thought Hinata. Now then, Hinata, who exactly is this? Asked Iruka, regaining his composure. Of course, Iruka-sensei, my name is Layla Teogosai. It's a pleasure to meet you, said Layla, bowing in respect towards Iruka, making him blush. It looks like Naruto's been rubbing off of Hinata. She really changed her personality for this character, thought Iruka when he noticed Layla's red jeweled earring. Now that I think about it, Naruto's character also had a similar earring in the opposite ear. They both also seem to have the same matching color corresponding to their bracelets. Naruto is blue and Hinata is red. Both their earrings are also on the same side as their bracelets, and their last names also match their pets' names. Is something wrong, Iruka-sensei? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. Hinata, you get full marks on your transformation. Hinata transformed back to her regular self when she was immediately bombarded by fanboys. Hinata-chan, you're amazing. Say, Hinata-chan, how about you and I? Back off, dog breath, she's going to be my bride. Say that to my face, Uchiha. Enough. All of you. One more outburst, and you'll be spending another year with little children, yelled Iruka. Now then, Hinata? Asked Iruka, only to see a straw figure where Hinata was standing when he noticed Naruto's jacket trembling while he was standing still. Hinata slowly peeked over Naruto's shoulder, making sure it was safe for her to come out. Poor girl. Hope she finds her confidence soon, thought Iruka. Well, that concludes the first part of the test. Now I will call you each individually where Mizuki, and I will test you on the last part of the exam. Naruto and Hinata stayed seated near each other for several minutes, growing more nervous with each passing minute. Both were being quiet when Hinata broke the silence. Didu, why you think W will pass and Naruto-kun? I know we will, Hinata-chan, said Naruto as both their hands brushed against each other. Naruto and Hinata quickly jerked their hands away, blushing. Naruto and Hinata nervously glanced at each other when they each placed their hands together. Hinata slowly leaned against Naruto's arm with a small smile on her face. Hinata Hyuga, called out Mizuki. Hinata quickly jerked away from Naruto's arm and ran down towards where Mizuki was to take her second part of the exam. Naruto waited patiently for several minutes when he saw Hinata walk out with her new leaf headband around her neck. Alright. I knew Hinata-chan could do it. After several students took their test, it was Naruto's turn when he heard Mizuki call his name. Naruto entered the conjoining classroom when he saw a table with several headbands along with Iruka and Mizuki sitting. To pass this part of the exam, Naruto, you must make a successful clone using the clone jutsu. Good luck, Naruto, thought Iruka. Naruto mentally groaned and performed a ram's seal, concentrating his chakra. I can do this. I can do this. Clone jutsu. A puff of smoke enveloped Naruto when a dead-looking clone appeared next to him. No. Please, I need to pass. Please, someone tell me this is a nightmare. Naruto, it breaks my heart to say this, thought Iruka. I'm sorry, Naruto, but you fail. You scored below average on the written test, and you performed outstanding in the taijutsu test, but without a successful clone, your overall grades alone aren't enough to pass. I'm sorry. Come on, Iruka, even Hinata didn't make a successful clone, said Mizuki. While that may be true, her overall grade was 1 point over the passing limit. As teachers, we can't play favorites with our students. I'm really sorry, Naruto, said a disheartened Iruka, placing a hand on Naruto's shoulders. I'm sure there's always next year, said a saddened Naruto. But first I want you to give you a piece of advice, Naruto, said Iruka with a sincere smile. What is it, Iruka-sensei? If you ever do that sexy jutsu on me again, I'll cut off your ramen supply for a whole year, said Iruka, giving Naruto a noogie as the blonde struggled against Iruka's hold. Outside. Naruto was sitting on the swing set with Suki in his lap, looking up at Naruto with sad eyes. Teo, Hinata, and Hanabi were there standing in front of Naruto, feeling sad that he didn't pass. I thought I was going to pass for sure. Naruto-kun. I'm sorry, Hinata-chan. I'm sorry I wasn't able to keep my promise to you. Hinata grabbed Naruto's hand as he stared into Hinata's pale lavender eyes. Don't give up, Naruto-kun. I know that you can do it. I know you can become a ninja, and we'll become strong together, so don't give up on our promise, said Hinata, smiling at him, making Naruto blush. Hinata-chan. Oh. Daddy's blushing. Are you finally going to kiss mommy? Asked a hyper Hanabi, making both Hinata and Naruto blush from embarrassment. Hanabi-chan, said a frantic Hinata, grabbing Hanabi. Let's go, we have to go home and tell father, otherwise he'll be furious. Goodbye, Naruto-kun. But mommy and daddy were finally going to kiss, said a disappointed Hanabi, with Hinata blushing even deeper with Teo following them. Naruto got off the swing set and started walking home with Suki in his arms when he heard someone calling him. Naruto weighed up. Mizuki-sensei? Suki emitted a low growl while glaring at Mizuki, making Naruto curious at what she was growling about. Say, Naruto, you got a minute? Later that night, Naruto landed near a wooden shack carrying a large scroll with Suki landing next to him. Suki let out a concerned squeal, making Naruto look at her. It's okay, Suki-chan. Besides, it's not like I hit him or anything. I just used my sexy jutsu on the old man and those ANBU guys. You would think they would have better control or something. Suki stared at Naruto with her midnight blue eyes and her ears facing down, making Naruto feel guilty. Okay, I'll apologize after this is over, said a beaten Naruto. Honestly, Suki-chan, sometimes you're just too cute. Suki squealed happily, jumping on Naruto's lap just as he sat down, opening the scroll. Now let's see here. Naruto looked at the first jutsu written in the scroll when he suddenly became disheartened. Shadow clone jutsu? Grown great clones again. Might as well try it right, Suki-chan, said Naruto with Suki squealing happy. Naruto-kun? HH. Naruto yelped in surprise, making him face fault with Suki landing gracefully next to him. Naruto quickly regained his composure and saw Hinata standing behind him with a worried look on her face along with Teo wagging his tail. What are you doing here, Naruto-kun? I should ask you the same thing, Hinata-chan. I saw you coming out of the Hokage Tower, and it looked like you were in trouble. Naruto nervously chuckled while scratching the back of his head. Well, maybe with the old man for using a certain jutsu on him, but I'm actually doing a makeup test with Mizuki-sensei. I have to learn a jutsu from this scroll to pass. Maybe I can help, asked Hinata, blushing. Well, Mizuki-sensei said not to tell anyone and not to get caught, and technically I didn't tell you until you found me. Also, you're not officially a genin yet, so I haven't been technically caught. And Iruka-sensei is always saying that teamwork is always the key to success, said Hinata with Teo yipping happily. Crack. HH. Naruto and Hinata heard the sound of a tree branch cracking when they heard someone screaming. Naruto saw a figure dropping from the broken tree branch and instantly dashed towards the falling figure, diving to catch the person when they landed on his back. The figure turned out to be Hanabi, carrying her light purple egg in her arms while kneeling down on top of Naruto's back. Hanabi-chan, what are you doing here? It's way past your bedtime, said Hinata. Hanabi nervously giggled while scratching the back of her head, a habit she picked up from Naruto. I saw mommy chasing after daddy, and I thought daddy was in trouble again. I want to help daddy too. Hanabi-chan, I know you mean well, but it's dangerous here, said Hinata. But I want to help, whined Hanabi just as Naruto got up, brushing himself off. Naruto kneeled down so he was at Hanabi's eye level and gently rubbing Hanabi's head. Hanabi-chan, listen to Hinata-chan. She means well, and you're not strong enough to handle these kinds of things just yet. Just keep working hard and don't ever give up, okay? Hanabi looked sadly at Naruto. Can I stay with you and mommy? Naruto chuckled at Hanabi's question when Naruto turned around, looking at Hinata with a sincere smile. Well, we can't leave her alone, and you did say you were going to help me with the jutsu. Why don't we let her stay with us for now? Besides, she might learn a thing or two. Hinata blushed while watching Naruto talk to Hanabi like a parent to a child. It makes me feel like we really are a married couple. That's fine, I guess, stuttered Hinata, pressing her index fingers together. Hokage Tower. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, groaned in frustration as he looked up at the various ninja standing before him. It would seem Naruto Uzumaki has stolen the forbidden scroll. We must retrieve the scroll and Naruto Uzumaki back unharmed. Hokage-sama, that demon. The Jonin was interrupted when a shuriken grazed his cheek, thrown by Sarutobi with killer intent directed towards all of the ninja. If any of you so much as harmed the boy in any way, then consider your lives forfeit. I'll personally deal with the execution, and I'll make sure you live long enough to regret it. Each of the ninjas shivered in fear as the legendary professor stood before them, promising their destruction if any of them harm Naruto. The scroll and Naruto Uzumaki's safety are our main priority. Now move! Sarutobi waved his arm as all of the ninjas scattered in different directions, making Sarutobi's Hokage robe flutter in the wind. Heh, no one will be able to find him except me. This time I'll get the power I truly deserve, thought Mizuki. Naruto, where are you? Thought Iruka. Forest. Naruto and Hinata panted from exhaustion with the delighted Hanabi clapping. Yay! You did it! You both did it! Pant man, that jutsu took a lot more out of me than I thought, panted Naruto. Pant, same here, panted Hinata. Hinata also decided to try out the new clone jutsu since she also had trouble with her own. This also helped her and Naruto in learning how to control their chakra thanks to Hinata's Byakugan. Thanks again Hinata-chan for helping me. It's alright Naruto-kun. Besides I should be thanking you for teaching me a new jutsu, said Hinata blushing. Oh. It moved, said and exited Hanabi. Naruto and Hinata looked towards Hanabi's direction as she gently rubbed the egg in her hands. Eggy moved. Is it going to hatch soon, Daddy? It could be Hanabi-chan, but in the meantime just keep it safe, okay? Okay. So here you are, Naruto. Hanabi? Hinata? What are you two doing here? Asked Irika. Irika-sensei. Wait, Hinata-chan and Hanabi-chan don't count as being caught. They're not ninja yet, said a frantic Naruto. What are you talking about, Naruto? Asked a confused Irika. Aren't you and Mizuki-sensei evaluating my makeup test? Makeup test? Naruto, there is no makeup test. That's the forbidden scroll of sealing that should be locked in the Hokage's vault. The scroll contains a lot of powerful and dangerous jutsu. The trio were shocked at what Irika just told them, but Mizuki-sensei. Look out! Yelled Irika, tackling Naruto to the ground with a giant shuriken embedded on a tree. Well, if it isn't Irika. Oh, and I see we have a couple of uninvited guests, said Mizuki, landing on a tree branch. Mizuki! How could you? How could you betray your own village? Asked an enraged Irika. You're blaming me when you yourself are also betraying your village? What? Why don't you tell Naruto the truth about why you hate him so much? Said Mizuki with an evil smile. What? Asked a shocked Naruto. Irika-sensei? Asked a shocked Hinata with a scared Hanabi hiding behind Hinata. That's not true. Naruto, don't listen to him. Of course it's true. Admit it, you hate him like the rest of the village, sneered Mizuki. Naruto was terrified as he slowly was backed up. Be careful, Lady Hinata and Lady Hanabi. You wouldn't want to get mixed up with the demon. What? Said a scared Hinata. Oh, that's right, you don't know. Mizuki. Don't. Mizuki threw several giant shuriken at Irika, forcing him to dodge. Irika managed to dodge all of the shuriken when the last shuriken managed to cut Irika behind his knee as he was jumping on a tree branch. Irika groaned in pain, landing hard on the forest ground holding his wounded leg. You see, when the Kyuubi attacked, another Kyuubi appeared as they both started fighting. Both Kyuubi started fighting when the fourth sealed them both away, but their massive power was so great that it overwhelmed the container, and that container is you, Naruto. You are the product of two Kyuubi no Kitsune. You are the new Kyuubi no Kitsune, the new nine-tailed fox. Naruto was overwhelmed with emotions at what Mizuki said. Naruto fell to his knees with tears in his eyes. No, it can't be, I'm human. Ha ha ha, do you honestly think that, Kyuubi? Tell me, if that's true, then how come you don't remember your parents? Why does everyone scorn you? Why does everyone hate you? Aye. Don't listen to him, Naruto. Run! Take the scroll and run to safety, yelled Irika, trying to get up. Face it, Naruto. Everyone hates you, including Irika. You're the harbinger of death. You're a demon. You're Kyuubi, yelled Mizuki, taking out another giant shuriken with an insane look in his eyes. I'll be branded as a hero. I'll be the hero that finally vanquished Kyuubi, and Irika will be nothing more than a traitor. Then I'll make off with that scroll. Mizuki threw the giant shuriken aimed to end Naruto's life, with Hinata and Hanabi watching in fear. Naruto was still in shock that he just looked at the oncoming shuriken. What if it's true? I would be better off dead. Thud. The shuriken hit its target, but not its intended target. Naruto was tackled down once again as he looked up in shock as Irika saved him once again, crying tears of sadness with a giant shuriken embedded on his back. Irika-sensei, yelled Hinata. It's not true, you're not Kyuubi. It's true that Kyuubi is sealed inside you, but you're not him. You're Naruto, whispered Irika. Irika-sensei. My parents died when the two Kyuubi attacked, and I felt alone just like you, so I became the class clown as well just to get attention. Every day I stood crying over my parents' grave, but Lord Hokage pushed me to become a better person just like I push you to become a better ninja. Several tears fell down Irika's face, hitting Naruto. When I first saw you enter my classroom, I didn't know what to think, but as I got to know you, I saw myself in you. I saw a person who was scared and alone. So I promised myself that I would help you become a better person, a better ninja, and not once did I ever hate you, Naruto. You were like a son to me. Clap, clap, a very touching speech, Iruka, but I think it's time I ended this. Naruto, take the scroll and run, ordered Iruka, taking off the shuriken on his back, getting into a defensive stance as best as he could. Naruto quickly got up, taking the scroll with him as he grabbed Hinata and Hanabi, leading the two sisters deeper into the forest. Pity, Iruka, I gave you the perfect opportunity to kill the new Kyuubi, but I see I was wrong to put my faith in you. Instead, you just told a little sob story and let him get away. I'll send the demon back where he belongs. I think I'll take the two Hyuga girls with me. I'm sure the Hidden Cloud Village would pay handsomely for two Byakugan users. Mizuki, you're sick, growled Iruka. I won't let you touch any of them. Iruka threw the shuriken with his entire might, cutting through completely the tree branch where Mizuki was standing. Mizuki easily dodged Iruka's attack when he was surprised that Iruka's shuriken cut the tree branch. Well, looks like I hit a nerve, but you're not a threat to me. One of my shurikens cut the tendons behind your knee, making you immobilize. Don't worry, I'll make sure Naruto screams in pain before I kill him, said Mizuki before he chased after Naruto and the others. Deeper into the forest. Naruto, Hinata, and Hanabi were jumping from tree branch to tree branch when Mizuki, disguised as Iruka, appeared behind them, throwing a kunai at Naruto's back, hitting dead on. The trio quickly landed with Hinata and Hanabi next to him. Naruto! It's alright, I took care of Mizuki. He nearly got you good, didn't he? Said the fake Iruka. Naruto grabbed the kunai from his back and threw it at the fake Iruka's shoulder. Ah, Naruto, what? I know you're not Iruka because Naruto, Hinata, and Hanabi disappeared into a puff of smoke with an injured Iruka in their place. I'm the real Iruka. You never were good with the clone jutsu, Mizuki. Iruka? How? You'd be amazed what a parent would do when their child is in danger. Naruto is like a son to me, and I'm not going to let you lay a finger on him. You can cut me all you want, but I'll still fight you no matter what the cost. Near a tree where Iruka and Mizuki were arguing were Naruto, Hinata, and Hanabi were hiding with the trio, hearing every word. You're nothing more than a hypocrite, Iruka. He's a beast. He's nothing more than a mindless animal with an uncontrollable lust for blood. You're right, that is a beast, said Iruka, making Naruto more disheartened hearing Iruka say that. So I guess that makes you a beast, Mizuki. Naruto isn't a beast, he's a person. He cries, he feels, he's a person who's never been given a chance. I believe in Naruto. I believe that he can accomplish anything that he puts his mind into it. I also believe that he will become the strongest ninja that will ever live. But you, Mizuki, you're nothing but a savage beast out for blood and power, just like you said. Mizuki growled in anger at Iruka's comment, grabbing the last shuriken that was strapped on his back. I was going to be merciful and kill you last, but I guess there's no point in delaying the inevitable. Wham! Mizuki was hit on the head by a blunt object, throwing him a good distance away. Mizuki looked up and saw Naruto placing the large forbidden scroll down with a heavy thud sound. Naruto glared at Mizuki, showing anger and determination in his eyes. If you ever touch my sensei, I'll kill you. Is that a threat, demon? Growled Mizuki, taking out a kunai when another kunai embedded itself in his shoulder, making him drop his own kunai. Hinata appeared next to Naruto with a kunai in a defensive position. Looks like the timid little Hyuga finally got some guts, growled Mizuki. I trust Naruto-kun W with my life. I won't abandon him. Stuttered Hinata with Suki and Teo standing next to their masters, growling at Mizuki. Ha ha ha, is that supposed to be a threat? A sealed demon, a crippled chunin, a genin fresh out of the academy, and two little pets? What a joke! Mommy, Daddy, please be careful, mentally prayed Hanabi with the egg pulsing in her arms. Say whatever you want, traitor, but I won't let you hurt my friends. I'll protect everyone that is precious to me. I've been waiting to hear you say that. This time will give you the power you need. A large circular seal with runes appeared underneath Naruto with a crescent moon in the middle. What's going on? I'm stuck. Looks like that's our cue. Hold on, Hinata-chan. A large circular seal with runes appeared underneath Hinata as well, with a sun in the middle. What's happening? I can't move. Mizuki and Iruka were shocked at what was happening when Mizuki took advantage of the distraction, grabbing two kunai from his pouch, aiming it at Hinata and Naruto. The kunai were intercepted by Suki and Teo, grabbing the kunai by the handle. Teo growled loudly when he started glowing, breaking the kunai in his mouth to pieces. Teo's fur started emitting sparks when two large angelic wings appeared on his back, covering him into a feathery cocoon. The cocoon glowed brightly when the wings separated, revealing a large wolf about the same size as Hinata with a white underbelly, white-tipped paws, and a white circle forehead marked with sky-blue eyes, and 2 large white angelic wings. The wolf also had a silver chest plate and headgear with a ruby in the middle of the chest plate, along with heavily leg armor covering all 4 legs. "Titeo-kun?" said a shocked Hinata when the large wolf turning his head staring at Hinata as if trying to tell her something. Suki disappeared from view, attacking Mizuki with different ricochet attacks, successfully knocking him back. Suki jumped high into the air, gracefully turning when 2 large angelic wings appeared as well, covering her in a feathery cocoon, quickly falling to the ground. Before the cocoon could hit the ground, the wings opened, revealing a light blue fox half of Teo's size with rabbit-like ears, dark blue tips on its tail, ears, and paws, 2 large angelic wings on its back, and a diamond-shaped sapphire forehead marked with midnight blue eyes. The fox was also wearing silver chest armor and headgear with a sapphire in the middle of the chest plate, along with light silver ankle armor that had gold wing designs near its feet. "Suki-chan? Why, you look great," said an amazed Naruto, with Suki looking at Naruto with a happy expression. "What are they? Demons?" said a frightened Mizuki. Teo roared ferociously that sounded like thunder when he opened his jaw, with electricity being concentrated into a sphere. Teo released the sphere, forcing Mizuki to dodge. The sphere collided with a tree, obliterating a large piece of trunk, making the tree fall down. Mizuki saw the oncoming tree and quickly rolled out of the way, but Hanabi was also in the falling tree's path. Hanabi was scared stiff that she couldn't move when Suki disappeared from view once again, just seconds before the tree hit the ground. Suki appeared once again with Hanabi dangling from her mouth. Teo nuzzled against Hanabi, whimpering as if saying he was sorry. "It's okay, Teo-kun. I know you didn't mean it." Teo then whimpered an apology towards Suki, with Suki just flicking her tail against Teo's nose while making a small squealing noise. Teo and Suki charged towards where Mizuki was located when he suddenly threw a flash bomb at the 2 winged beasts, blinding them. "Your pets may have saved you, but now you're wide open," yelled Mizuki, grabbing a giant shuriken that was discarded and threw it at the trio. Naruto and Hinata tried to move with the circular seal at their feet still restricting them. "Hanabi-chan, run!" yelled Naruto, struggling against the seal. "Hanabi-chan, please run. Move out of the way." "Naruto, Hinata, what's happening?" asked a concerned Iruka, struggling to move. "Damn it! My leg won't budge, and that kunai injury isn't helping." "But what about you? I don't want to lose my mommy again," cried Hanabi as a tear hit the egg in her arms when it started to crack. Hinata felt a pulse emit from her abdomen along with a warm sensation. "What's happening?" "Almost there, Hinata-chan, just a little more. The process is almost complete." Naruto continued to struggle against the seal, trying to help Hanabi. "Try not to struggle so much, Naruto. It's difficult enough trying to synchronize our chakras." "No harm shall befall little Hanabi. I swear it on my life. Just let us finish the synchronization." "I don't know who you are, but please hurry," thought Naruto. "Mommy, Daddy, I don't want to lose both of you," cried Hanabi when the egg shined brightly, emitting a purple light when the egg cracked completely, with a small sphere of purple light stopping in front of Hanabi. The ball of light emitted a pulse with a large barrier protecting the trio from Mizuki's shuriken, causing the barrier to shatter. "Impossible!" yelled the shocked Mizuki. "I won't let you hurt my mama and papa," said the sphere in a little girl's voice as it shifted into a small humanoid creature, about the same size of the egg, with blue eyes and butterfly-like wings. The humanoid figure had her arms outstretched as if shielding the trio. Hinata felt another strong chakra pulse from her abdomen when a small pink sphere was shot from her stomach, aiming straight at Mizuki, tackling him to the ground. The sphere quickly headed towards the humanoid figure. "Nei-chan, we have to protect Hanabi Wenshin." Hinata and Naruto's seal glowed brighter when 2 large angelic wings appeared on their backs, slowly engulfing them in a cocoon. Naruto and Hinata became worried when the voices told them to relax. Once they were completely engulfed, their feathery cocoons emitted a pulse, slowly opening, revealing Naruto and Hinata with new features. Naruto's hair became longer that it reached his waist, and changed into a silver color with yellow bangs with some muscle tone, giving him a swimmer's body while growing a couple of inches. Naruto also had 2 silver fox ears above his head with his regular ears gone, a long silver tail with a white tip that gently swayed back and forth, ivory claws on his hands and feet, and 2 large angelic wings on his back. Hinata also changed, with her hair being longer that it reached her waist. Her hair color stayed the same with some red bangs near the front. Her body became more slim with more developed curves and mid-sized C-cup, a long midnight blue foxtail with a lavender tip swaying back and forth, 2 midnight blue fox ears on top of her head with her regular ears gone, ivory claws on her hands and feet, and 2 large angelic wings on her back. Naruto and Hinata stared at each other, admiring their changes, Wow, I thought Hinata-chan was beautiful before, but now she looks like an angel. Naruto-kun looks so strong and handsome. At least his eyes stayed the same, thought Hinata. Hinata-chan what? Well, explain later. Right now we have a fight on our hands, said a male voice that Hinata also heard. Mizuki groaned in pain, holding his chest where the pink sphere had hit him. Mizuki looked at the transformed Naruto, and Hinata staring in shock when an evil smile appeared on his face. So you finally decided to show your true colors, Kyuubi. Once I kill you and your harlot, I'll be able to get away with anything, including stealing the scroll. Mizuki heard several ferocious growls behind him, with Teo and Suki regaining their eyesight while slowly walking forward like a predator cornering its prey. Looks like you two freaks didn't learn the first time. Let's see you deal a second dosage, said Mizuki, taking out a second flash bomb. Hinata quickly saw the flash bomb and lunged forward at high speed, using her gentle fist style to immobilize Mizuki's arms. What? Suki disappeared from view, knocking Mizuki high into the air, with Naruto appearing above him swinging the forbidden scroll like a giant mallet, knocking Mizuki to the ground, creating a large crater. Teo appeared, pinning him down, showing his massive teeth as if daring Mizuki to move. Teo, called Naruto, approaching Mizuki's fallen body. I want to finish him off. He deserves what's coming to him. Teo lifted his paw from Mizuki's chest, slowly keeping an eye on him. Traitor. You endangered my sensei's life, you put Hanabi-chan at risk, and you nearly killed Hinata-chan. I will never forgive you for this. Hinata placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder, making Naruto look at her. I won't forgive him either, Naruto-kun. He nearly took someone precious to both of us. Let's show him what happens to those who endanger our loved ones. Hinata-chan, shall we try our new jutsu? Hinata nodded, with both Naruto and Hinata putting their hands in a cross-shaped hand seal, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Mizuki and Iruka were shocked at the massive amount of Naruto and Hinata clones surrounding the area. Those aren't regular clones, these clones are solid. This is impossible, said a scared Mizuki. Nothing's impossible with me around. Ready, Hinata-chan? Ready. Each of the clones let out a battle cry, charging straight towards Mizuki as they beat him to a pulp. The real Naruto and Hinata went to help Iruka with Hanabi, the two spheres of light, Teo, and Suki behind them. Naruto, Hinata, I'm proud of both of you. Especially you, Naruto, you've grown right before my eyes and it makes me proud to call you my student. Iruka-sensei. Close your eyes for a second, Naruto. There's something I want to give you. Naruto closed his eyes when he felt something being wrapped around his forehead that made his new fox ears feel uncomfortable. Okay, open them. Naruto opened his eyes when he noticed something different about Iruka. Naruto touched his forehead, feeling a metal plate around the cloth that Iruka put on him, making Naruto realize that he was wearing Iruka's headband. Iruka smiled proudly at Naruto when he said, "You pass." Naruto cried tears of joy, tackling Iruka to the ground. Easy, Naruto, I'm still injured, you know, cringed Iruka with a smile. Sorry, Iruka-sensei, I'm just happy that I finally pass, said a happy Naruto, wiping away his tears, readjusting his new headband around his neck like Hinata. You deserve it, Naruto, said Iruka, patting Naruto on the head. Daddy passed, yelled Hanabi happily, with the two spheres cheering next to her. I've been meaning to ask about that. Who's she calling daddy? Asked Iruka, causing Naruto and Hinata to blush in embarrassment. Iruka saw their reaction when he stared at Naruto like a father about to punish his child. Naruto, care to explain this? It's a long story, sweat dropped Naruto while scratching the back of his head. Hokage Tower. Sarutobi chucked in amusement as he looked into his crystal ball after watching the events that took place while watching the funny antics of Naruto telling his story. Naruto, you certainly do know how to make things interesting. Though I am concerned about this sudden transformation, and why do you have wings? Not just you but Hinata as well? I guess this was the incident Lady Hyuga warned me about. Things will start getting interesting soon. Hokage-sama, we still haven't located Naruto Uzumaki or the scroll, said a jonin barging into Sarutobi's office. It's alright, Iruka found him and the scroll. Ready an ANBU patrol by the entrance to arrest Mizuki for high treason, attempted murder, and for endangering a civilian. He is the true culprit behind this incident tonight, ordered Sarutobi, with the jonin bowing as he left. Forest. Sai, what am I going to do with you, Naruto? Said Iruka, pinching the bridge of his nose after hearing Naruto's story. Daddy is daddy no matter what you say, Iruka-sensei, said Hanabi, puffing out her cheeks, with the two spheres of light agreeing with her. Hanabi, you already have a dad, and Hinata can't be your mom because she's your sister, said Irika. Wonshin raised me like she was my mommy, so she's my mommy, and Onaikin was always by Wonshin's side helping me and caring for me like a daddy. So Wonshin and Onaikin are my mommy and daddy, said Hanabi, waving her arms frantically like a little child. Easy there, Hanabi-chan, Irika-sensei is just explaining his reason to you, said Naruto, rubbing Hanabi's head like he always does, effectively calming her down. But you're my daddy, whined Hanabi. Irika looked at the scene before him, feeling surprised that Naruto had a mature side to him that fit the role of a father perfectly to Hanabi. Hanabi-chan's just tired after tonight's excitement, that's all. She always gets a little cranky when she's tired, giggled Hinata with Hanabi rubbing her eyes. No, I don't. Hinata kneeled down, rubbing Hanabi's cheek while smiling at her. You haven't changed since you were little, Hanabi-chan. You always get cranky when you get tired, and you would always calm down whenever Naruto-kun rubbed your head. Hanabi yawned loudly along with the two spheres when Suki came up to her, nuzzling her head against Hanabi. Suki's armor glowed brightly until it disappears as she laid down, motioning her head to Hinata. You'll carry her so she can rest, Suki-chan? Suki squealed softly, nodding her head as Hinata carried Hanabi over to Suki's backside. Once Hanabi touched Suki's soft fur, she instantly fell asleep with the two spheres shifting their shapes. The pink sphere shifted into a little pink fox lying down next to Hanabi's head, with the purple sphere shifting back into its humanoid form with butterfly wings, resembling a fairy, lying on top of Hanabi's back. They look so adorable, giggled Hinata. Naruto helped lift Irika when Teo approached them with his armor glowing brightly as well until it disappeared, lying down, motioning his head. Looks like Teo wants to help you too, Irika-sensei. Thanks, Teo, I owe you one, smiled Irika. Naruto helped Irika mount Teo, making sure to be careful with his wings. Once Irika was mounted on Teo, both Suki and Teo gently lifted themselves, being careful not to make any sudden movements to cause any discomfort towards their passengers. The sun's starting to rise. I think it would be best to head to the Hokage Tower before everyone wakes up. Last thing we want is to cause panic when they see Suki and Teo in these forms. Hokage Tower. The small group managed to arrive to the Hokage Tower before the villagers came out, with the ANBU waiting for them by the entrance, taking away an unconscious Mizuki that was being carried by Naruto's shadow clones, but not before being scared stiff at Teo's and Suki's forms. Naruto helped Irika up the stairs until the small group stood in front of the Hokage, with Irika sitting down due to his injuries. Hanabi was sleeping against Suki's fur with the two ethereal creatures next to her, and Teo was standing next to her, both creatures in their large forms. So can someone elaborate what happened tonight? Not really, said Naruto. Hokage-sama, Naruto-kun and I have been hearing this voice in ORH head, and at first we thought it was a C coincidence, but we heard it again tonight, said Hinata nervously. I see, said an intrigued Sarutobi. If it was Naruto alone I would have guessed Kyuubi, but why does Hinata hear it, thought Sarutobi. A large circular seal with a crescent moon appeared underneath Naruto once again as the room was filled with a bright light. Everyone shielded their eyes when the light died down, with everyone looking around, noticing that they were inside a type of sewer filled with water up to their ankles and pipes on the roof that had 3 different colored pipes that led in different directions. Hanabi also appeared on top of Suki with Teo next to her in their large forms. Forgive me everyone, I should have warned you about the light, said a male voice. Everyone looked towards the voice's direction, shocked to see a man waiting for them. Aren't you? Asked a shocked Irika. I can't be. I thought I made you up, said a shocked Naruto. Well, I'm quite real, as you can see. I just showed you an image of myself to help you in that transformation test. You're that voice I heard from that day, said Naruto, recognizing Yu's voice. Yes, and I'm quite surprised you caught on quick, although you were rough around some movements, but still not bad for a beginner. Papa! Yelled the fairy, flying straight into Yu's hand. You've grown a lot, little one, chuckled Yu. Papa? Said everyone in shock. I guess you can say that. That egg you found was special, Naruto, said Yu. What exactly is going on here? Are you Kyuubi? Interrupted Sarutobi. No, all will be explained, but first follow me. There is someone else that we need to meet. Yu led the group through several corridors when they stopped in front of a set of large golden bars that was being held back by a small piece of paper with the kanji 4 seal written on it. Kurama, we're here. A large crimson eye with a slit pupil appeared, scaring the group behind you. Enough with your antics, Kurama, we have things to do. The crimson eye disappeared when a figure stepped out of the shadows, chuckling. Lighten up, you. I'm a fox, I couldn't help myself. The man had golden eyes, silver fox ears, as well as a silver tail with a white tip, and long flowing silver hair. He was wearing a white sleeveless yukata that resembled a toga, along with matching martial arts pants and shoes. Sai, I thought you were wiser than that. Call it a habit I picked up from a friend long ago. That person certainly reminds me of you, Naruto, said Kurama, chuckling, making Naruto laugh in embarrassment, while scratching the back of his head. Daddy! Yelled the pink ethereal fox running past the bars. Kurama kneeled down, picking up the fox as it took a physical form, a white fox with red tips on its tail and ears. My, look at how big you've grown. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, little one. Giggle, it's okay. Mommy said it wasn't your fault, and that Daddy would be happy to see me. Chuckle, that sounds like Kodo, alright. You look exactly like your mother. Mommy says I look more like you, Daddy. My name is Yuki, giggled the little fox, shifting into a little girl about the same age as Hanabi, with green eyes, long white hair with red bangs, white fox ears with red tips, and a long white tail with a red tip. The little girl was wearing a simple white kimono with a black fox design. I can see why. You certainly have your mother's eyes. Do you think you could let me out? You can't be serious. After what you've done, Kyuubi, do you think we would let you out? Yelled an enraged Sarutobi. That's enough, Sarutobi. I told you everything would be explained in due time. I'm the one who helped put him behind these bars to control his chakra output. Now that he's regained his consciousness, this cage is no longer needed, said he, walking up to the seal, ripping the paper, showing a lock mechanism behind it. Wait, you can't! Yelled Irika. Believe it or not, I trust Kurama with my life. I already told you that everything will be explained, but first I need Kurama to be free for this part. After that we need to establish a connection, said Yu, placing a hand over the lock mechanism while the fairy rested on his shoulder. His hand glowed brightly when the sound of locks clicking was heard as the cage slowly opened. Kurama gently put Yuki down as he started stretching his limbs while cracking his neck, groan it was cramped in there. Thanks, you? Think nothing of it, now we need to establish a connection. A connection to what exactly? Do you honestly think we would trust two demons? The two silver-haired males noticed the group with Irika and Sarutobi in defensive positions, making sure that Naruto, Hinata, Hanabi, Suki, and Teo were behind them. Sai, I knew this was going to be difficult. Your actions certainly weren't the most pleasant that night. You can't honestly blame them, said Yu, stepping in front of the group. I suppose it's a little late for introduction, but I assure you I'm no demon. Allow me to introduce the real me. My name is Yu, the Angel of the Moon. Yu's wings appeared behind him, making everyone gasp in shock. An angel? Why would a holy being be associated with a demon? Asked Irika. Kurama here has a mutual agreement with heaven, and is also very well respected. He doesn't fight unless provoked, and even so he's quite the fighter. He's given some of our archangels a good workout too, including me. I see no reason for this feud between heaven and the demon world, so I remain neutral despite being a demon myself. I try to avoid bloodshed at all possible. However, that night 12 years ago, something happened that I can't quite remember. The only person who could help me would be my wife. The second Kyuubi, is she here as well? Wherever here is? Asked Sarutobi. No, this is Naruto's mind. Kurama and I were sealed inside Naruto only. This is my mind? Asked Naruto. Why is it a sewer? How are we all able to be here as well? Asked Irika. That would be thanks to you here. He's quite well knowledgeable with magic and seals. I've brought you all here to explain the situations that happen on the day of Naruto's birth. Your mind reflects on how you feel, Naruto. The reason why it's a sewer is because of all the hardships you had to endure, and so the end result is everything that you see around you. If this is Naruto's mind and if one Kyuubi is here, where's the second Kyuubi? Asked Irika. I would be happy if you referred to me by my name, Irika, said an annoyed Kurama while glaring at Irika and Sarutobi. Unless you want me to refer to both of you as humans, then I suggest you stop this discriminative behavior. While I'm happy that you both supported Naruto, that doesn't excuse your behavior as reasonable beings. Irika and Sarutobi knew that Kurama was right and relaxed their stance, with Kurama taking a calming breath as he bowed in respect. My name is Yoko Kurama, the Kyuubi no Kitsune, or nine-tailed fox. If you want to, you may refer to me as Kurama for short. It's a pleasure to meet you both, Hiruzen Sarutobi, third Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, and you instructor Irika Yumino. Both Irika and Sarutobi were shocked at the formal tone and manners that Kurama took, and bowed in return as a formal gesture. Now that we've gotten acquainted, we need to establish a connection with the second container. Kurama, I will need your assistance for this, said Yu as both Kurama and Yu conjured an orb of chakra in their hands. Yu and Kurama then placed their orbs together, causing the fused orb to grow in size until it created a large portal. Through the portal, everyone saw what looked like a complicated cave system with pipes on the roof as well. I've never heard of a second container. Who is it? Asked Sarutobi. I thought it would be obvious, Sarutobi-san. It's Hinata, of course, said an amused Kurama, stepping through the portal while holding Yuki's hand. And me? Said a scared Hinata. How else would you get fox traits and angel wings? Said you, stepping through the portal as well while carrying the fairy in his hand. Naruto comforted Hinata while gently rubbing her back, making sure to be careful with her wings. The group cautiously entered through the portal, leaving behind Naruto's mind. Once the group entered, they were greeted by a feminine voice. I was wondering when you were going to show up. You mean Layla is also real? Asked Irika, blushing. Is it really that shocking? Asked Yu. Layla extended her wings and gently flew towards you, kissing him softly on the lips as Yu extended his wings as well, wrapping them around Layla, while Naruto and Hinata blushed at the scene. It's wonderful to see you again, my love. I've missed you so much. I've missed you as well, my beautiful angel, said Yu, hugging Layla close to him. Mama! Yelled the fairy, hovering next to Layla's face. Layla softly giggled, cupping her hands together so the fairy could land. You look beautiful, little one. I'm so happy to see you safe and sound. Auntie Layla, I brought Daddy, said Yuki excitedly while wagging her tail. You did a wonderful job, Yuki-chan. Now let's go see your mother, she's really worried. So you're lovers? Asked Sarutobi. We're also happily married. Everyone please follow me, I will guide you to Koto-chan. Layla led the group through the cave maze, leading them to a set of golden bars being held back by a piece of paper with the kanji 4 seal on it, just like Naruto's. Koto-chan, there's someone here to see you. A figure emerged from the shadow, showing a beautiful woman with bright green eyes, short red hair that stopped at the base of her neck, with 2 orange fox ears on top of her head, and an orange fox tail with a white tip. Koto wore a dark blue sleeveless shirt that was red around her waist, trimmed with yellow outline, as well as form-fitting white pants and matching martial arts shoes. Koto also had a magenta-colored bow tied to her tail. Yuki-chan! Darling! Mommy! Yelled Yuki, running past the bars, hugging her mother. Layla ripped the paper on the bar doors, showing that it had the same lock mechanism as the one in Naruto's mind. Layla placed her hand on top of the mechanism when her hand glowed brightly as the sound of locks clicking was heard. The bars opened slowly as Koto put Yuki down. Koto ran towards Kurama and pounced on him, knocking them both to the ground as both foxes shared a heated kiss, making the group blush at the display of affection. Both foxes broke their kiss, with Koto nuzzling against Kurama's neck while purring in delight. It's wonderful to have you back, my darling Kurama. I'm sorry for everything. Kurama was cut off by Koto placing a finger on her lips. I already said I forgave you, and we have a beautiful daughter together. So there's no need to apologize, I'm just happy to have you back. Wow, so it looks like Mommy and Daddy are destined to be together. Daddy has the Daddy Angel and Daddy Fox, and Mommy has the Mommy Angel and Mommy Fox. So that means Mommy and Daddy are going to be together, said Hanabi excitedly, making Naruto and Hinata blush. When you think about it, it kind of does seem a bit predestined, mumbled Sarutobi, with Irika nodding in agreement. Well, we were very careful in choosing our containers so that they were compatible, explained Layla. But how did you know that, Naruto and Hinata? A woman has her secrets, Irika-sensei. You of all people should know better, said Layla, smiling. Kurama lifted himself off the floor with Koto in his arms as their tails intertwined. Whatever the case, I'm happy to be with my family again. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yoko Koto, the Kyuubi no Myobu, the nine-tailed vixen, or just Koto for short. It's a pleasure to meet you both, said Koto, bowing in respect with Yuki hugging her mother's leg. And I'm Yoko Yuki, said an excited Yuki, wagging her tail. Dear, our little one also needs a name. What should we call her? Asked Layla, tickling the fairy in her hand. How about Ruby? A precious gem that can never be replaced, said Yu. I like it, Mama. I want to be called Ruby. It's Mama's favorite color, said the fairy excitedly. Giggle very well then, your name will be Ruby, said Layla as the fairy flew around in excitement, playing around with Yuki and Hanabi. What do you say we get a change of scenery? Naruto, Hinata, I want you both to concentrate on changing your surroundings. Now that your minds are connected, both of you can change the surrounding to whatever you both want, said Yu as both Naruto and Hinata concentrated. The surrounding cave labyrinth suddenly changed into a clearing that was surrounded by trees with a gentle breeze flowing through it. Teo and Suki lay down near a shaded spot with Hanabi, Yuki, and Ruby playing with each other. The remaining group sat down on a couple of chairs that materialized out of thin air, with a large table appearing in front of them. Now can someone explain what is going on here? asked Sarutobi. I suppose we should start from the beginning. Layla and I are God's personal angels, so if we are given orders it means that it came directly from the Almighty. One day God ordered us to intervene on the ceiling of the Kyuubi no Kitsune when we suspected something was wrong. Kurama has never been one to go on a rampage, let alone kill humans on an impulse when we suddenly felt a presence filled with unimaginable hatred, explained Yu. We also felt a strong desire along with that hatred that involves something that is even forbidden by the laws of heaven. Sadly, even we don't know what it is, and the only one who knows is the Almighty. But what we do know is that this man is planning to unleash a power that no one could control, explained Layla. One day I found an intruder near our den, so I told Koto to stay behind. When I entered I saw a man wearing a black robe and a strange mask. That's when I started feeling lightheaded and lost conscious. The next thing I knew I was in my demon form tearing through a village with a strong desire to kill everything in sight. I tried to fight to regain control of my body, but there was this strong power that prevented me from taking control. I remembered Koto appearing trying to stop me, and when she told me that she was pregnant I fought with everything I had to regain control. I wanted to be with my family. I couldn't think of anything more than I wanted than to be with my wife and our unborn baby, explained Kurama holding Koto's hand. I remember you entering our den when all of a sudden you appeared in your demon form destroying our den. Then that masked man appeared eyeing me like a piece of meat. The next thing I knew he suddenly vanished and appeared next to me grabbing my neck when he said Kyuubi certainly has a beautiful looking mate. Maybe after I'm done I'll keep you as a pet. I felt disgusted by that man when he touched me. I just wanted to skin him alive. He suddenly disappeared once again, and so did you in an instant. I knew I had to find you. I knew that I had to find you before something terrible happened, and so I followed your chakra signature to the village where you were going on a rampage. I tried my best to stop you, but Koto stopped telling her story as she broke in tears with Kurama comforting his wife. I don't know if I could ever apologize for that night, and I promise I will make it up to you no matter what. I will never let anyone lay their hands on you like that bastard did, said Kurama hugging his wife closer. Darling. After we intervened we gave up half our power, and half of both Kyuubi's power as a sacrifice towards the sealing process. I was sealed first with Kurama, where I placed an extra layer of protection to keep him from harming Naruto and myself. After he regained conscious I explained the situation to him and agreed to stay sealed until Naruto was more capable of handling both our chakra, said Yu. Naturally I searched for a second container who was compatible with Naruto-kun. My search led me to little Hinata-chan, and of course your mother agreed for you to be the second container. Well, to be more precise, Hinata-chan decided herself to be the container. Your mother just voiced your decision, said Layla, causing Hinata to blush. I guess I wanted to be with Naruto even back then. So why wasn't I informed of Hinata being a container? Asked Sarutobi. I asked Hinata-chan's mother to keep it a secret from everyone. You and I both knew that Naruto's life would be difficult, and I could sense Hinata-chan's father isn't quite the understanding type. I wanted someone who would connect with Naruto-kun naturally, and I ended up being sealed inside Hinata-chan. Since half our power was used as a sacrifice during the sealing process, we decided to fuse our chakra when the time was right, allowing Naruto-kun and Hinata-chan to become stronger, said Koto. Why do I get the feeling you're withholding information? Asked Sarutobi. I suppose you can call it more of a hunch. This man that attacked Kurama is considered powerful, and we know that he isn't going to give up on Kurama's power as the Kyuubi. We also know that he'll be after Koto as well for being a Kyuubi. This is the main reason why we wanted both of them sealed. But both Kyuubi's power won't be enough to stop this criminal, so we will also fight alongside them as allies and comrades, said Yu. I suppose I can accept that as response, but should anything arise I want to be informed, said Sarutobi. I suppose that's reasonable, Sarutobi-san. We'll let you know should anything arise, said Layla, with everyone else agreeing. I don't suppose you can explain Teo and Suki as well, said Irika, looking at the two animals cuddling up to each other. Yes, Teo and Suki are Naruto's and Hinata's guardians and partners, said Yu. How are they guardians? Asked Naruto. Remember when you started getting chased by a mob, Suki was always the one leading the way, steering you out of danger? Asked Kurama, with Naruto nodding his head in response. Suki was always there for you whenever you needed her, and she's your partner much like the Inuzuka boy and his dog. The fusion process also took a while, so that's why we needed Suki-chan and Teo-kun to protect you. Both of you would be vulnerable during that time, and Suki and Teo would be there to protect you, said Koto. Guardians usually take on the form of an animal that best reflects their partner. In Naruto's case, he's cunning, quick thinking, and has fast reflexes that make him more of a fox, hence Suki being a vixen, said Yu. While Hinata-chan shows a great deal of inner strength, compassion for others, and would always be loyal to her friends, that make her more of a wolf, hence Teo being a wolf, said Layla. I see. This is a lot to process, but I thank you for explaining it to us. I will keep this a secret, but how will they hide their new forms? Asked Sarutobi. I think a simple transformation jutsu would suffice for now until we can establish more about their new forms. What we do know is that they have advanced senses like hearing and smell much like the Inuzuka. Their claws also sharp like kunai, explained Kurama. I think they may have gotten some of our ability as well. I think flight should be the first lesson they learn as well as casting barriers, explained Yu. We can do that? Asked Hinata. Of course, how else did you think Teo and Suki were able to hide from your father's Byakugan? But it also takes up a lot of energy to keep that barrier up, said Layla. Guess that's why Teo was always hungry, chuckled Naruto with Hinata giggling.